Look at this shit. That's it. That is completely. And that's it. Worthy of the
I'm gonna get the bread package just on it. Yeah. But I'm gonna get in the refrigerator, and then I'll check it when I get back.
Look at this. Hey guys, you just saw the intro again. I guess it is an intro now. But I'm fixing to go in there and do lunch and learn part 2. But before I do want to say, now that Dad's back home, Mom's going in for surgery today. She's going under for it, so I don't know. I think she might have already went. I don't know yet. But I will find out soon enough. But I'm gonna get inside. It's raining, and I'll see you guys for the podcast. Peace.
At Columbia State Community College. Good afternoon and welcome to Success. Today is Monday, April 21st, 2025. We are here at Columbia State Community College, Tennessee's first community college established in 1966. Our president Career Industry Podcast Series, hosted by the Career, Veteran, and Transfer Center in the Student Services Division. This event is co-sponsored by Republic Bank and Trust, and also the Charger Pathway Impact Program, funded through the Rural Post-Secondary and Economic Development Grant. We would like to thank our lunch partners, Co-Works Coffee, Subway, Boots Thumping Barbecue, Cabin Coffee, and today's sponsor, Chick-fil-A. I am your host, Frida Leslie Pillow, coordinator of the CBT Center here at Columbia State. We will have a very exciting discussion with our guest panelists today on the topic of careers in written, oral, and digital communication. This podcast series is being presented to provide listeners with choice of major guidance and to inspire their career. We want listeners to explore career paths, understand industry trends, including anticipated impact of artificial intelligence. As a listener, we want you to know that classroom instruction and the body of knowledge provided by Columbia State can develop you now for future workforce opportunities. Today, we will also tie in the importance of the 7 core competencies of general education as defined by the Tennessee Board of Regents and employers globally. Whatever your next move is, know that Columbia State is the right institution to build a solid foundation for your future. So today, our co-hosts will ask questions to our panelists, and if time permits, we will provide an opportunity for you as the participating audience to answer questions. Today, we will have our co-sponsor here who will introduce himself, and then each of our panelists will also provide a self-introduction. So with a round of applause, let's welcome our co-hosts and the guest panelists today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shane Hall. I'm Dean
Not me,
of
Shane Burks.
Communications. I'm also the director of the Learning Support Program here at Columbia State. I'm also a proud Columbia State alumni, class 2008, Some State was there for me whenever I needed them so much to retool my life and think about my actual future, what I wanted to do. I hope this gives you an opportunity to really think about what your future might be and give you some options for the endless possibilities you could have. Written, oral, and digital communications, that's a mouthful, I do understand. It would be easier to call it language arts and communications disciplines. We house the communication studies program, mass communications program, the English program, the foreign language program, the film free technology program, and of course the learning school program, which touches over 70% of the students here at Columbia State. So I'm really thankful to have my panel of experts, field experts here. And I'll mention their names. I'll let them give you their actual descriptions of where they're at and what they do. And it is vast, but they also struggle with a very long title. So, Ted Wisey.
Yeah, thanks, Shane. So I am editor-in-chief of Third Man Books, which is the publishing imprint of Jack White's Third Man Records. I am also a musician and have traveled in U-Haul type band situations many days, and planes, trains, and automobiles to get to different shows through my years. And I'm also a writer, a poet. And I'll be doing a reading on Wednesday. So I have had in several corners. All of them great in reward, but probably not massive amounts of money. But who cares?
Amber Brock.
Hello, I'm Amber Propp. I am the Communications and Marketing Manager for the Division of Rehabilitation Services for the state of Tennessee. That is a mouthful, so much so that I can't even get it out, you guys.
Dr. Hoffman.
I'm retired.
Wow.
I taught here, and I taught communication studies, everything from interpersonal to business to argument, debate. And one thing that I've learned about communications is that we all have to communicate. My son-in-law is one of the executives for Sarah Cannon, and he interviews people all the time. And they can be the most intelligent people going, but if they don't know how to communicate, what good are they? And that's one of the messages that we're going to talk about today. But it's an honor to come back here and see old faces and good friends, and also see the faces and the smiles on the students here, the curiosity. I give you a lot of credit.
Thanks.
Thank you all, man. Okay, with the introductions done, let me get to my first question. You all have had careers that connect with I'm going to abbreviate written, oral, and digital communications from now on. I'm going to call it WODIC. That connect with the WODIC academic disciplines. Tell us a little about your career experience in fields related to communication. Sure.
Yeah, so I guess I learned how to communicate on the job. The job of playing rock and roll. Obviously, when you write a song, or if you write some music, you want it to engage and communicate with someone. I think the first problem is if you write music and you want to engage with everyone, you've already made a mistake. That's not going to be the way it works. I had a very good jazz musician, MacArthur winner. He still plays. He's amazing. His name's Ken Vandermark, and he had something he told me that I always have taken as a credo: is if you make music that makes no one happy, you've made a mistake. If you make music that makes some people happy, then you've done good. If you make music that everyone is happy about, then you have also made a mistake. So, write that down somewhere. But one thing that I did learn in my travels regarding communication is when we were just starting out and we didn't know what we were doing, very much. We would throw our gear into a car and go play a show somewhere. communicating to people about what the flyer should say, what our band was about, what our show was going to be like. All those things were very important, but also communicating with the booking agents and promoters. Once I went up the ladder in music and started making a career out of it, I had a booking agent tell me that he liked to book my band, not only because of the music, but because he knew that when he dealt with me, that it would be quick and easy communication, and that I was organized and responsible about it. So I think so the point here is that it's always surprising about how important communication is. You can't just hit the road and start playing music and go, hey man, I'm about to rip this awesome lick and you're all gonna love it. It just doesn't work like that.
So I'm gonna jump in just a second. I know two communications professors are probably had a lot to say about what you said. But as an English professor, I heard a lot about knowing your audience, a tremendous amount about knowing your audience and refining your message to make sure that it connects with your audience. So and you can certainly answer the question also if you want to address something.
Yeah, so absolutely. Knowing your audience and being able to tailor a message is honestly key in all of communications. No matter what area you are going into within the field, it's really just how can you use your tool belt to connect with your audience? How can you tailor that message to make sure that you're reaching them? And my background, I slightly mentioned that I am the communications and marketing manager for the state of Tennessee, but I actually worked here at Columbia State for 8.5 years. I was a staff writer at one point in time. At one point in time, I was a social media and special events coordinator. At one point in time, I was also teaching. Not too long ago, I see some of my former students out, my friends. And so one thing about that is you just have to know who your audience is. If I'm talking to a group at Columbia State, I kind of know who my audience is, who my demographic is. I know what you're wanting out of this. You're wanting to know what kind of careers you can go into when it comes to communication fields. So I'm going to tailor everything I'm saying to meet that. Now, if I'm talking to a different group, let's say a group of people who are already in their careers, the message is going to completely change. So that's a great point of really just tailoring the message to fit the audience at hand. Tom, I know you know a lot about that as well.
I wish I did.
Maybe you do.
I've learned about communication over the years that communication fails.
This guy's funny.
I've been married 47 years.
Oh.
And it's great and it's fantastic, but I tell you what, it's like this because communication does fail. They say that 80%, 81, 90% of all communication is not verbal, and it is. How do we adjust our emotions physically to what we're saying? Because I might say something, but my body's saying, I don't believe it. So communication fails, and truthfully speaking, I taught this in my class.
That's not my phone doing that.
Failure is good.
Light or something.
We have to adapt to every situation, every audience, because sometimes it does fail. Well, now we have to learn how to adjust.
Thank you all. And I'm not going to work one direction or another with you guys, but in your current career, what do you think drove you to your current career? I'm really curious, because I know from talking with you, I know a lot of you had non-direct courses at your current field, and I'm really curious about how you got there. I don't know, Tom, looks like he wants to jump right in.
I started out in business. I did not really start out in education or academia, but something led me to make a difference, to motivate. I am not an educator, I'm a motivator, and I would get in and try to communicate with the people to motivate them to make a change in their lives. I've been working since I retired, well, actually the last 20 years, with inmates, trying to re-socialize them to accept society, and to re-socialize society to accept the inmates coming back into. It's a difficult challenge, but it's very rewarding because I see the differences being made in their lives. They're taking the opportunities to say, I can make a difference, I can succeed, but we need people to motivate them to say, hey, we can do it. Go ahead.
So building off of that, I will say one thing that kind of led me to where I am now is I always knew that I wanted to help people in some way. I didn't know what way that was. So I started off in education. Okay, what are we doing? We're helping people meet their goals, changing lives, right? So then I was doing education. I'm like, okay, I love this, but what else is out there too? There's a whole world. So then I got led to rehabilitation services, where we connect Tennesseans with disabilities to careers. And so I know that my goal is intrinsically I'm motivated by helping people. So I'm going to use my tools, the things that I'm interested in, like writing, communication, social media design, to then go out into the world and make that happen. So what kind of career can I find that fits both of those things? I'm good at this. I'm good at communicating. I also like helping people. So what can I do that fits both of those to where I actually want to get up and go to work every morning? You can be really good at something, but be in the wrong section of it. You might love art. You might be very passionate about that. But if you're working for the wrong person, you're not really going to be in an avenue that fulfills you. So I think one thing for me was just really finding what made me feel connected.
I wanted to be a rock star. And I think chasing that holy grail, which, by the way, I never really achieved. I consider myself an almost rock star. So point B, I think I'm going to answer this question in a different way, maybe. When I was in college, I majored in economics. I actually got a master's degree in economics, which is a great discipline. I still use it now. Because I didn't think that I could be a musician or be a writer. And I was playing music when I could, and it just kind of started happening for me. And there came a point to where I sort of decided to switch it up a little bit. I went back to school and pursued my other love, which was poetry. Studied some poetry. And then I moved to Nashville, Tennessee, and started a reading series called Poetry Sucks.
Screw that.
And the reason I started the reading series is I didn't see anything like that going on in Nashville. So I did the punk rock way, which was the only way I knew how. And I started my own reading series, a little dive bar called Beano's, which is a much different bar now than it used to be. And some of the people who participated in that reading series were people from Third Band Records. Because back in the day, when I was in the music scene, I was in the same scene as Jack White and Ben Swank and Ben Blackwell. All of our bands were playing the same bills, we were playing with one another, and we kind of all ended up back in Nashville, and I'm doing this thing called Poetry Sucks. And then one day they tell me they want to do a publishing imprint called Third Man Books, and then I found myself as an editor-in-chief of Third Man Books. So I've been doing that for about 10 years. So I guess the moral of the story is that, you know, I was listening to all of my elders and parents who were telling me you can't do music and it's not going to work out. And I was majoring in economics. I even taught economics. And then what happened is that I actually got a job opportunity in publishing poetry and fiction and science fiction and all genres. And I still play music. So, you know, you really can do a career in anything you want. It's possible.
I totally agree with Jenna. You can do anything you want. You can make it happen. But there's a few guidelines. One, and this is where I'm working with the inmates. You got to tell the truth. You can't lie to me. You can't be a con artist. Use impeccable words. Don Miguel Ruiz said 5 agreements, and his first agreement was impeccable words without sin. And then the second thing was, don't take it personally. Because with inmates, if you're in jail, they make a bad comment about you, you react. Well, don't take it personally. It's them who are speaking the sinful words, not you. So you have to keep that in mind. And in business, this is so important to speak the truth, to not overreact. And the third agreement is don't assume. Ask questions. And this is how we learn, and it's continuous learning. The one that I like the most, agreement number 4, what says, do your best and do more than what's expected. My daughter Annie, who is a roadie, started out pulling cables. Next thing you know, she helped out, and she helped other people. And I heard her on, and Gretchen, 6 years with Gretchen Wilson, she's gone with Queen, she's done graphic arts, continuous learning, continuous learning. She's doing more than what's expected. You want to succeed in life, you want to succeed in business, in nursing, or wherever, you do more than what's expected. The other one is, the 5th agreement is critical thinking skills. Use the ability to say, wait a second, something doesn't sound right here, let me analyze it more. Critical thinking skills. I think the number 1 key to communications in business, in relationships, right down the line, especially with inmates, is learn to listen. So many times we talk more than we should. But by learning to listen, you're sending a message that you have empathy for their opinions. So there's so many things. It's a complex field. It's not an easy field, but it's an exciting field because you're going to apply it to all aspects of life.
So I'm going to jump ahead in the questions because you touched on something that's really important and it connects with a massive change we're undergoing in our community college system in Tennessee. We're shifting general education to what's known as the core competencies, and here at Columbia State we branded that as Georgia Core. And so you mentioned critical thinking, and I just want to give you kind of a laundry list of critical thinking, scientific inquiry, and mathematical reasoning, information literacy, global and cultural awareness, ethical reasoning, communication, and creative and artistic expression. I mean, all of these competencies we're redirecting to make sure that our students have access to training in those in a meaningful way. And you touched on that a little bit about like the reality that critical thinking skills are absolutely essential. But I mean, it's also, these things don't live in silos. They interact with each other. I mean, we do have creative expression. I mean, you couldn't do what you do, Chet, without having access to multitudes of these different competencies. And you gain them throughout your education, both your formal education and your experiential education. And I don't know, when you think about these topics, information literacy, you think about the access to, creative and artistic expression and freedom. I mean, these things, are very incredibly important. I don't know, when you think about your careers that you've had, how these might have impacted. Tom, you touched on a little bit. I don't know if anybody want to expand on that idea.
How things have changed over the years. I mean, cell phones, social media. The question that I have is not so much it's for my grandkids. What's it going to be like in 10, 20, 30 years? Artificial intelligence. Where's it going? I can't even comprehend. But this is where we are going to have to use critical thinking skills and say, wait a second, let's rehash this. Let's go over this again. Let's really define what is really happening out there, or just don't follow the crowd. It's okay to step aside and say, I'm questioning that, but tell me more. That's one of the comments that I told my students and the guys in prison constantly. Tell me more. These storytellers, tell me more.
I think when it comes to looking at careers, specifically my own, I love that this is a part of our education, what we're weaving into Columbia State, because I can confidently say that I touch on every single one of the 7 core competencies in a single day in my current position. I'm always working on critical thinking? Am I using communication effectively? Am I approaching a situation the best way I can? Is my information credible? How am I approaching a situation? Every single one of these core competencies, thinking about ethical reasoning, are so vital to what I do. But I know it's not just what I do, it's everyone that I work with and the things that they're touching. So yes, I work in that field, but I also know that my partners over in finance are doing that. I know that Commissioner is working with every single one of these core competencies. So I think when it comes to looking at, well, why am I doing all these different things in community college? Why am I taking all these other courses? I only want to go into communication or art or whatever it might be. It's important to note that all of these competencies are going to be so beneficial to you in ways that you might not even realize or direct, but in some way, scientific inquiry, mathematical reasoning, I promise that is going to come across in your communications, your marketing career, your artistic career, in some sort of fashion.
You guys are so smart.
Thanks.
They have so many great points. You guys are so lucky that you have these people who tell you these things. They're speaking the truth. Speaking of truth, Tom said something that resonated with me. It's like, don't lie. And, you know, when I originally was talking to you guys and saying what I did, I was like, making money, who cares? Well, you probably should care a little bit. And I did, and I do. And that's why I've ended up wearing so many different hats in my career, is trying to figure out how to pay rent, food on the table, and it's made me be adaptable. And I think when you break down these different core competencies, it also has a lot to do with adaptation and taking what skills you have and applying them in different situations. Talking about expression and critical thinking. Try being in a band and telling your bass player that you think that his part really sucks. And then how you have to negotiate that point without telling the bass player that his part sucks, because then he's probably not going to want to play anymore with you, or worse, he will play with you, but he's going to be in a bad mood all the time, and it's going to really be terrible writing in the band. So you have to learn how to negotiate that and still be truthful, and then you have to figure out how to pull out of that musician what next part you want to have in the song, and how to inspire the person. Well, now, when I do have a 9-to-5 job, and I do have budgets and trying to make money and working with creative people, I use that skill all the time. This weird negotiation magic that I formed in abandoned buildings practicing in basically a squat in Alabama because we didn't have money to pay for rent. But that's the kind of skills we learned when we were trying to do that, to get the expression correct and be in that.
I think all of us can relate to having members of our team that are not pulling their weight, and how to have that conversation with them honestly and get them to a place where they can be successful. Because no one's successful without someone being honest with them. It's very hard, very hard. They have to stumble into success, and most people don't work at it. You got something to say?
No, I'm just curious about if anyone had questions.
Let me ask a couple more quick questions, and then we'll turn it over to the audience. So and this might be you're going to be on the side of loving this question or not loving this question. I'm just curious. One of the things we're seeing in higher education right now is an advancement in technology and artificial intelligence technology. And it's a mixed bag. You know, I can tell you from a perspective of somebody that manages people and designs projects, it can be really helpful. I can also tell you somebody that writes and somebody that works in arts as well. I mean, it can be complicated. I'm just curious, and I don't know, Amber's shaking her head, I wonder what she has said first.
Yeah, so I actually love AI. Here's the thing. I have 1,001 projects. I'm wearing 7,000 hats. So if I'm working on 1,000,001 projects, I work smart, but I also work hard. So I utilize AI in my everyday job as a communications and marketing manager. Do I take that and use it as my own word? Absolutely not. Do I use it for inspiration for my projects? When I have literally 101 project requests going on? Absolutely I do. I think leveraging tools is key to success. I think at one point, I'm 31, okay? So at one point, my teachers were like, you're not gonna have a calculator everywhere you go, you've got to learn these things. Guess what? I have a calculator everywhere I go. So with the growth of technology and the growth of tools, I think it's very smart to learn how to leverage those tools and how to use them, while also being smart and using them and not plagiarizing things, while using it to stimulate your own creativity. I still flourish in the creative area of my position, but do I use a little help from AI? I do. But I also know that I'm looking across a few faces in here, I know you guys hate it. So I want to hear for some others.
Not everyone.
Not everyone, I know some of them do. I'm looking at it.
Well, this is a chance I've been looking for to show off my tattoos.
Ooh.
This is, I don't know if you see that, but that's my beloved cat, RC, that passed away recently. And he had this, he hung out in our
Patches.
garden. And
No, Orange
I
Buddy.
wanted to get this floral part here that was present in our
Looks like
garden.
Orange
The way the
Buddy.
tattoo artist did is popped up AI and came up with something very quick for the tattoo. So it worked for this part, and it was a tool for her to use. On the other side of that, AI is a threat to some jobs, for sure. It presents a different, new challenge for art. Artists, but I'm not scared of it. You already see people calling out AI everywhere. If anything, I think it's going to bring back into focus being human and being original and doing human art. And I feel like AI is going to, once the dust clears, I don't think we're going to end up in a War Games Terminator situation.
Oh, God.
I second that hope not.
Please, no.
Certainly room for concern. But I don't know, I'm an optimist. I think it'll be a tool. Did you guys watch that, the Beatles documentary, Get Out? What was that? What was it called? Get Back. Because that's a Beatles song. They remastered some of the music in that by taking old recordings, and AI was able to pull out like the guitars and vocals out of those recordings and recreate it, at least in a fashion that made the surviving Beatles happy. And they were able to make those new mixes and new songs out of that. So if you're a Beatles fan,
make my edits.
then you're okay with AI to help out in that regard. We always want someone
Splitting it into
live there
tracks.
mixing the music. It'll just
All
be
the
better.
time.
But if you don't have that opportunity, then you can use a tool to try and help the situation. So anytime there's been a technological advancement, there's been pros and cons, especially as far as it goes in the arts world. We'll see where this goes, but I'm optimistic.
Did you want to? I am. No. So.
Because I don't even understand cell phones.
My granddad would be like,
We don't understand AI.
I want to circle back that you mentioned your work in the prison system, and I want to mention that Dr. Rolfe has been working. His form of retirement has been in trying to find education opportunities for education for people that are in prison systems, better their lives and decrease the rates of returning to that system. So that brings me to pretty much my final question. I'll open it up for questions for you all if you like.
put your hand at me.
That you're involved with that have connections.
Sounds like you did that at me.
What we do is at Moral Engagement Communications and the impact of communication in any fashion, form, way of course, public speaking, advocating for what you believe in. I mean, what are your passion projects you're involved with now that have been?
It's never done that before.
Because of your education?
He just told me that
I've been blessed. If someone
Did it
said
maxed
to me
out?
10 years, 20 years, actually I've been
And
involved
make
in
another
this
file.
for 55 years. But if someone said to me, Tom, you're going to be really actively involved in prison ministry, I said I might be in prison. But it's one of those things where, it changed my life. The inmates have actually changed my life. I've helped them, but my passion is seeing them succeed. My passion is to have them call me, which you're not supposed to do, 10 years after they've been released and say, you changed my life. And I didn't even know it. And this is the challenge that each and every one of us have to help go out and change other people's lives. And the area where we somewhat get too many people doing it for the self-glory. I'm doing this because I need the accolades. Well, that's not the way to do it. You go in there to learn. And I have found out that I've learned more from the inmates about life, about my life. And by doing so, I'm able to pass that on to other people. And when we're talking about re-education, re-socialization, it's not an easy thing. But it's very effective because I'm giving, and I'm going to close out with this, I'm giving them a purpose. And we all have to have a purpose, but I'm giving them purpose and I'm giving them hope that they can make it on the outside. And I'm also giving them, if they need help, they know who to call. And this is organizations right down the line. But it's the key of saying, hey, you guys help me so I can go out and help more. Thanks.
So I think I'll go from there. And when it comes to passion and feeling like there's something you feel passionate about that you want to make a change in, for me, that's personally human rights and making sure that I'm being a voice for people who don't have a voice. And there are a lot of marginalized communities, specifically in our backyard. And one thing that I'm able to do is be a voice for those people because I learned how to communicate. It's as simple as I know how to craft a message to reach an audience, which
This is a
goes
crafting
certainly
table.
back to the beginning of this conversation of, okay, I know who I need to reach. How do I do that? How do I use my words to be meaningful, to bridge a gap, to bridge inequalities, to make a difference? And so I'm able to do that with a variety of different areas and say, hey, here's some facts and figures you all might know, and some things that might make a big difference in the way that you look at it. So I think really just, I've been very lucky to have learned from a lot of really great colleagues and a lot of really great educators about how to talk to other people. And that's one thing that has really led me to do things that I feel passionate about.
Wow, you guys are both involved in such beautiful, powerful things. And maybe that's, maybe I kind of want to jump on that train to this answer, the best of my ability. But as a publisher, I think about things like book sales, of course, but I also do think about beautiful, powerful things. I want to put beautiful, powerful things out there in the world. And the way I can do that now is by publishing books that I think that are good, books that I think that I can represent well, and that I can get out there in the world and publicize about them and communicate about them for them to do their communication. And that's how I felt when I was trying to be a rock star. It doesn't really matter if you're playing a song and people aren't into it. You want to do something to make someone happy. Music and poetry has been and reading in general has been so important to me. I mean, when we had those tornadoes come through recently, I was in the bathtub with my animals in my safe place, but I had a book with me because I was stressed. I was scared. What do I need? I needed the The Power of Beauty. So I had a book, and I was trying to read, trying to concentrate. And I just remember every time that I'm driving down the road and I feel terrible about something, and my favorite Led Zeppelin song comes on, and all of a sudden I'm better. I think that's kind of what it's all about. And you can achieve that different ways. It doesn't have to be just in art or poetry. It could be changing people's lives like they are. It can be selling someone a new car. That's pretty life changing. There's nothing like getting a new car. No, that's a life changing.
Someday we will find us a new car.
It's very important. And it's the power of positive thinking. Too many people have negative thoughts in their mind and they act negative. But if you have the power of positive thinking, any situation, tornado, there was positivity there. My grandson, who's suffering with ADHD and all that good stuff, I gave him a challenge. I said, go to school every day and find something positive and do something positive every day. And he didn't want to do it, but he did do it. And what's so gratifying to me is that just before the vacation, the nurse gave him a note saying, I love your positivity and it's affecting other people. It is contagious, but be positive. When I was teaching, they said, why do you always say that the student did a great presentation or they did good when they actually did? And they said, everyone learns differently. And by being positive, by giving that motivation of positivity, changes people's lives. Public speaking is not easy, but it's a form of communication that you're going to communicate to others. Your positivity.
Great responses. Do we have any questions from the audience?
Come on, somebody, ask a question. All right, there you go.
Hey, how y'all doing? My name is Justin. The question I had was kind of stemming from something more so.
The guy who gave me
A buddy of
stuff.
mine gave me a caveat to something that I've been told for a while. If you do what you love, then you don't work a day in your life. His caveat is they're not hiring for that. And so,
That's a great
but what that brings up is the point is, it's not in the classifieds. It's not in Indeed. It's what you love is not necessarily in those places. It sounds to me y'all have been able to navigate that. So for us that are stuck in the classifieds, how do we get out of the classifieds to find those things? Thank y'all.
That's a great question, and if you just kind of cut to the meat of the matter, right? You know, I certainly spent a lot of time on Indeed and classified myself. I think I hung in the game, or I'm hanging in the game of the arts because I do love it. I don't think I had a choice. I think it was Margaret Atwood. I can't remember the writer, but she said that, you know, you're a true writer when you're still writing a book, even if someone's been murdered in the kitchen. And the point was that you just have to do it. And that's why I stayed in the game. And I think just everything that's been set up here today is pertinent. Being adaptable, like I said, and being ready for the opportunity. Staying on course. I think the reason why I introduced my career path to you guys is absolutely an answer to this question. Is I never in my life thought I was going to be here or an editor or anything. I didn't think I was going to be playing shows overseas or putting out albums. The first step was just to play a show. And when I played that first show, I thought I was the biggest rock star in the world, man. I didn't even comprehend how small it was at the moment. But I just kept on going forward and get a momentum going. And you bounce back and forth, and you just have to be ready for when I didn't, and I'll shut up in a second. But this is how I started teaching. I never wanted to be a teacher. I was at a bar in Auburn, Alabama,
I had finished my degree in economics, and the dean of the department came walking up and was like, "Chet, you're still in town playing in that band." I was like, yes, that band. Glad we really reached you, but anyways, that's subplot. He was like, "Well, I just had a teacher quit on me. She just left, and you're the only person I know in town that has a degree. Do you want to take this position?" And the first thing that went through my mind was, let's see, teaching, that's a pretty good paycheck. We can tour during breaks. I'll have all weekends off. Yes, sir, I'm in. I'll try it. And 1 week later, I'm teaching a section of 99 students intro to economics. And I never saw that coming, but I was adaptable. And the reason why I took that and had that opportunity was because I was playing music.
I want to add to that. One thing you said really stuck out, and it's opportunity. Take every single opportunity you are given. I would have never ended up with any position I've ever had or any room I've ever been in had I not seized opportunities that were given to me. I had to start off by looking for those. I had to start off looking for my first internship. My first internship led to my second, which someone heard my name, led to my third.
He's not
Led to me doing great in one place, another organization. That organization got my name. I got an interview. I got a job. Guess what? I ended up at Columbia State, paid for my master's degree. I then got said master's degree. Dr. Lacey Ben said, "Hey, I heard you got a master's degree. You like teaching?" And I said, "You know what? Absolutely," which led me to teaching. And then I ended up finding another career path that also seemed to align with things that I was wanting to do. So take every opportunity that you are given and capitalize on that. Never stop networking. Never stop enhancing yourself. If you stop growing, that's when the opportunities come around. So if you're always committed to doing whatever it takes to get to that next step. And I'm not saying do anything crazy, but if there's an opportunity, seize it. If you have the opportunity to go for the next degree, go for it. If you have an opportunity to climb the ladder, climb it.
Doors are gonna slam in your face, but maybe they're slamming in your face for a reason. Quick story. In 1990, I was an entrepreneur, and I was trying to take PCs and network them together because most companies were running off AS400s, and they were very expensive. And I developed where I could take 5 PCs, network them together, and I wrote a program and to do data analysis. And I couldn't sell it, and it worked. And I mean, this was but I couldn't do it. Guy came up to me, and I'm going to be bear with me. Guy came up to me, and he said, "Tom, I want you to read this." And it was from 1 Chronicles chapter 4, verse 9 and 10, and it says, "Woman gave birth, it was a difficult birth, but her son grew up to be most honored. Jabez called on the Lord of Israel to bless him, to expand his territory, to make him rich, to be with them, and keep him from evil that causes pain." And all of a sudden, his wishes were granted. But I said that, and I didn't believe it, but I kept on saying it. Next thing I know, I got a call from Nestle. Next thing I got a call from John Deere. Next things go, and I found out I can't do it myself. I need help. And don't be afraid to go out and seek for help. Ask for guidance. Because I was under the mindset I can do it all myself, and you can't do it. I guarantee it. It's so much easier to have a group of people that you can trust and work with.
Yeah. I think, my equivalent of that is being a part of a scene. I was part of the music and writing scene. And I think what also is resonating here is that you have to have that kind of North Star to be guiding you. My North Star was being in love with music and writing. And I did not end up in a career teaching, but I took that opportunity to pay the bills so I can continue to do that North Star. And just keeping that energy. You gotta have something positive in your life, man. Keep your fuel tank going. Something that keeps your drive going, your positivity going.
And the journey's a part of it. You're not going to get that dream job day one. you need to work for it and appreciate the journey that took you there, because while the job one might not be the North Star, you're gonna look back and be like, wow, I'm so glad I did job one. I'm so glad job one took me to job two to my North Star.
That question opened up a lot of answers in a lot of different areas. I want to thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you.
I appreciate y'all, thank you.
Who's got another one? Come on. Bring it. Someone's got one. Make one up.
I don't buy it, Tom does.
You know, one of the.
Who in here likes
I was going to
Minecraft?
state, and I have this, I face this in the prisons. How do we handle different cultures? How do we communicate with different cultures? Hey, guys from New York City are different, very different than people from the South. So how do you handle that? When you get out into the world, how are you gonna tell?
I have 2 students in the crowd who should know the answer.
Ooh.
I think the important thing is be aware of different cultures and don't prejudge. Because people from New York City are different than people from upstate New York. So be conscious of it, because that's going to be a tremendous aspect in your journey of communications, understanding different cultures. And go study them. That's the biggest part. Yes.
So do you feel like the systems that you've been a part of, the different jobs that you've had, do you feel like those systems have like excelled you, or do you feel like they failed you, or is there any kind of like something that you had to do that wasn't your fault or your intention? Like, how was that experience for you?
Did you hear that?
And correct me if I'm wrong, you're asking about your experiences along the way, how they might have shaped or changed the next step.
Yeah, I'm asking more of like this is like the job that you were in. Was there ever a point where that system failed you to your success or to?
Okay.
Sure, absolutely. I think Tom touched on this. Failure is an opportunity to learn. There's all kinds of jobs and people that failed me, you know, and vice versa. I have not come through for everything like what I wanted to. But if there's a job that or a task or whatever that failed me, many times I ask, why did this not work out? Why did this job not work? What could I have done different? What could this person have done differently for me? And next time I experience that situation, I might not even get it right. Yeah, I just won't be shocked about it if I get put in that situation again. I mean, I think this might be kind of a cynical, pessimistic view, but I think probably I've experienced more failure in my life than I have successes. But the successes count so much more. You know, for every 5 times you get something wrong, if you get one thing right, that gets you to the next step.
And I think too, when you look at anything, there's going to be systems in place that are going to fail you. And maybe it's not you that's being failed, maybe it's other people. I'll say personally, I feel like I've been very privileged in my life, and I feel like I come from a place of that. But if I do see inequities or injustices for other people in other areas, I look at that as, what can I do to change that? How can I use my voice and my tool belt to make a difference? And how do I kind of flip the system on its head and say, I don't think we should do that. Let's go in a different direction. Or do I need to sever myself from that opportunity, because if it's failing me, or if it's not serving someone, it isn't align with my morals and my values and my ethics, maybe it's time to pivot a little bit. So I think, one, what can you, if anything, and if not, where does that lead you? What next door does that open? Because if the door is slamming in your face all the time, let's find the next one to walk into. For every room that says no, there's going to be one that says yes. If they're saying no, you're just in the wrong room.
Get out.
I love failure. I really do, because that's all I learned. Life is continuous education. It's continuous learning. And take failure, your question, take it as a positive and say, okay, I'm not gonna do this again. You know, I go out, I love fishing. I fail at fishing probably, you know, all day, but then all of a sudden I catch something. And it's the journey. And take every experience and turn it into a positive. It sounds hard, but try it.
And there's nothing, like Amber said, there's nothing more satisfying, even if it's just 9 to 5 grind work that you're a part of. If you see something that fails and then you figure out how to fix it, oh man, that's a good day.
Even if that's spite. Even if it has to be. I'm just saying, sometimes you'll have jobs where it's like for the pure joy of it all, and sometimes you might have a job where it's like, you know what? I'm gonna change it just because I can.
And I realize I'm the hope in the panel, but let me just say that I think we've all had situations where failure wasn't necessarily our direct fault, but we have to take what we learned from it and move on to the next step. And you also have to value yourself and evaluate when that opportunity, when that door is opening, and when to take it.
Can I ask you, what is your career path? Listen, don't feel bad, because I'm not the I still got time.
Still figuring it out.
But this is how we learn. And being here is a time to wander. It's time to, well, let me try this course, and let me try this course, or let me try this, or let me try radiology. No, I don't like radiology. Or let me try something else. I had to throw that in here. But you know, this is your time to experiment and wander. And I'm going to throw something else out. If you find, my grandfather had one job his entire life. My dad had 3 jobs his entire life. I think I've had around 30. But that's the way it is now. And so enjoy it. Enjoy the journey. And you'll find what you want.
Wandering is awesome. It's just
Industrial drums effect.
Wandering is great. Just when you see something that's working, or that you want to do next. I feel like I just wrote a great test.
I believe we're running a little long, so that's there. Thank you, Pat. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you for allowing me.
Thank you. If you have any additional questions, you're welcome to come and speak to the panel. We're going to take a picture of the group.
I will see you in the next one. Hey guys, I hope y'all enjoyed that podcast. That was the last of it I can do. It's raining out here, so I'm having to be careful. But it's not that bad though. It's just a little bit of a fall. But tomorrow, we got a lot we gotta do. Okay, so a long time ago, when I was just starting to do vlogs, I had made this video about my dad just being to walk. I'd already done it now, ended up being part of a life upgrade, and that's how it would have went. Well, it was going to be its own series, but I don't know what video I mentioned it, but I had decided if I did something in the future with that, I would put it in life upgrades. Well, tomorrow, my dad's got a heart appointment at 1:45, so we're going to that. But he's going back to that place to get his second leg. So you're going to get to see a continuation of that video and what's next to come, because it will be in this episode of Life Upgrades. So you get to see that in Life Upgrades. But anyway, enough of that. Well, still haven't heard back from my mom yet. I don't even know if she's went in yet, so haven't heard from her. My dad called, or was trying to call her earlier. I don't know that he had any luck. But so frick, sorry, I bumped it. Or maybe the rain did. Heading to my next class. That recording ran a little long. I decided to grab a sandwich for the road, eat it when I get in that room. But I think all I've got to do today as far as work goes, like in my spare time, I think all I got to do is I got to do one of the math support homeworks and whatever of what is it? Whatever of the 2 o'clock class has the I can't remember the not programming logic, the computer applications, like the independent project. All I gotta do is that and the support homework for math. I think pretty much soon I'm gonna be down to like half of a day. My math support don't have finals and my 2 o'clock class don't have finals, so we're half of a day soon, man. I'm gonna let you guys go and I'll see you in the next clip. Peace. Hey guys. What? I want to go check the mail again. I just thought I would pop you on before we leave. Just called Granddad. His phone's still going to that down. I mean, he ain't left yet. Either that or he forgot to turn on his phone. He probably hadn't left yet. It's not till 1. Probably be here. But we decided on a plan. I'm probably gonna spend all my money on this plan though. So yet again, I'll have to start over. It keeps happening, but it's for good cause. We don't never do nothing. I decided I'm gonna treat everyone out. We're considering Catfish Campus. If you don't know what that place is, it's basically when my mom got her money, we ate there. We typically only eat there when we get a big payday, but I don't know, he might. Only thing is, if he doesn't, then we're gonna be stuck to something like McDonald's or something. And I don't want McDonald's. I want that. I always get their popcorn and shrimp. But I'll see what they got too. They might have something good. Might get an extra side of corn nuggets because I love me some corn nuggets. If they got it, I don't know if they got it. But yeah. Usually, only thing is they might be very crowded and that could keep us from going. But I hope not. But also today, before we do all that, we got a lot of stuff to do. We also got to run Mom buy some Taco Bell. Is that a cat on there? I think so. It looks like it is a cat or a dog. Let this guy go by. Ooh, Eric don't have a vehicle now. That is a cat. Sitting on the hood. Well, damn. He just ran jumped the curve and took off. But, yeah. we're also going to be, if you remember this video, also here's a clip from it just to get your memory rolling about it, because you may not remember it since it isn't life upgrades. I'll play like, I don't know, like maybe 5 minutes of the video, the first 5 minutes of it, just to kind of get you in the mindset of what's going on. I'll try to put the video in this description of this video, so if you want to know about the full story, I would check that video for this episode of Life Upgrade. Because even if you've kept up with the Life Upgrade series, this was not part of it, but it is now. So I would check out that video. It's in my, it's from 2023, so. It's either late 2023 or 2024. At the time of this, we still had the vehicle. So, yeah. It's been a while. Remember, life upgrades didn't start till after we lost the vehicle. Nothing in there. But yeah. Here's that clip.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's a little short, but put some weight down here. Are you feeling a lot of weight at the bottom, or is it holding you up around?
It's holding me up.
Okay, because I want kind of uniform pressure everywhere. That's what I'm going for. Okay. Let's do this. Have a seat for me. I'm going to see if I can find a shoe. Put a shoe on this side, get the height better. We're going to add one more sock here. Stand up together.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good. That's a good start. I'm happy with it.
You probably didn't see me with just, stuffing, jumping up.
Sometimes, but not all the time.
Right.
Yep. I'll be right
But that's good to them getting adjusted.
Yes.
You're about to walk for the first time in a while, aren't you?
Don't worry about me walking. Concerned about me doing one step at a time. And this is to be a teaching tool. So.
I'm recording it, Dad. You want to say hi?
Hey.
I'm going to post this on my channel so everybody knows how good you are doing.
Well, it's baby steps. You gotta do baby steps. This is pretty interesting. If I can get this, down to a science, then I'm gonna do something really good.
You guys are about to see something that some people may not even try to do, and he's got the willpower, and everyone needs to see this who feels down or like they can't do it. They need to see this man, and then they'll know that
I will help him. He'll be willing.
he will help you if you need any help. Just please comment on this video if you need any help with anything and you feel down or like you can't do it. Which you're about to witness.
Got a shoe.
You gotta shoe in for that.
There's a man walking, and it's been in a long time. They're currently layering
We're
him.
gonna keep adding socks until you tell me it's too tight. Okay, that way I know kind of how much smaller to make your finished one.
Right now they're layering socks to get a good fit.
Okay. We're gonna have to pull that one up for me.
It's all good in learning.
Yes.
And then he's going to be standing up.
Let's see. Okay.
That's good and tight.
It should be tight. Okay. Yeah.
That'll hurt.
When you're ready. Go
Gonna
ahead
get
and
kicked.
stand
Oh,
up.
here we go. Guys, what you're about to witness.
Watch your setup.
Oh my God.
On there.
Okay. You saw that. Now you should be caught up as to what it is. If you don't really want to go back and if you don't really want to go back and watch the whole thing, I can help you that much and give you like a 5-minute clip. The first 5 minutes of the video. It's not edited, so any music, if I put any music in it, it's from the life upgrades and not from the video. If I do put any music, it's a 20-second. My Epidemic Sounds is probably expired and I don't have the money to renew it. And I'm minus $1 in the bank, so only other option would be card. That's like 19 something a month. I'd be overdrawn, so I don't want to do that. While out $1, I got Moises Pro again. I haven't decided what to do with it yet. I've just been kind of fucking around with it. But I got it for another, I don't know, 8 days. Here, I'm gonna get off here. Make sure I canceled it after. Alright. Just went ahead and canceled that. So now all I have to do is like what I usually do. Make sure by May 1st I have $6.57 at least in my bank account and $6.57 so I can start up premium. I always treat myself with a little bit of pro. How I do it is, oh yeah, he's gonna want to say something. I'll be right back. How I do it is I wait till towards the end of the month. Morning. Alright. But yeah. I don't even remember what I was talking about. But anyway. So back on the story of that staircase rip. Can't sit there no more because it's on the ground now. The stairs are still good. All they have to do is put them back up there. These stairs they're sturdy. Whoever built them really well. I was kicking the fuck out of them. They're not even wobbly or nothing. They're like fully sturdy. Like they took them off. Those things are still solid like they was when I was put up. It's sturdy. So they could probably still use it. And I imagine if they can, they will. There's still a good set of steps. It might not look the best, but there's nothing wrong with them. They're very sturdy, so they're not going to be all wobbly. I could see if it was like wobbly or something, they probably need to get another one. But those are sturdy. Just find a way to screw those back in. They could just keep that stuff. They put like a new railing on it. And there you go. Save them some money. But anyway, yeah, today we're going to continue that video. So if you hadn't seen that one, I suggest you go see that one and come back. But if you just wanted to know the highlights, I gave you a 5-minute highlight of what happened. But anyway, it sounds like somebody's calling for me. If I have time to wait for Granddad, I'll tell you more. But basically, we're doing that in his heart appointment. If I have time to wait for Granddad, I'll talk to you more. But I think he's calling for me, so I'll see you in the next one. Hi, Dad. You want to say hi to my video, Dad?
Hi, how you doing?
He's going to be the star of the show later today. Bringing back the old video. Do y'all want to say hi to it? Hey, these are the two people bricking up the trailers. They've been a big help, you know. They're the ones that bricked up our trailers. Yeah, those are two of the people that are bricking up. Very nice people. And then my dad's going to be the star of the show later today.
Here's my resume.
But, We're just all waiting out here. Oh, even Orange Buddy's out here. Ta-da. Today is the time. And I didn't tell you guys, but Mom's surgery went very well. And she's going to be getting some Taco Bell today. But hey, that's no worry because we're going to be going out to eat as well too. We're going to be going to a place that I've went to. It's been a while, but I never put it in a video. But it's called Catfish Camp. It's a really nice restaurant. So we're going to be going. I mean, it's not like a rich person's restaurant. I mean, who can afford that in this place? But oh, hold on, guys. Oh God, I can only imagine. Yeah, like over in that section over there.
Contract had his son doing it for long.
Oh, that's a long time.
Malcolm, he used to do it, and he's been doing it for, I guess, for 40 years. That's a long time.
That's trying to be me, I guess.
You're going to be an old man for it.
You'll be like, oh, it's time for me to retire now.
Hey, I don't think he's going to retire because them bills ain't going to stop coming.
That's true. You'd have to be very rich and own your own company to do that. What, to own a company one day?
I mean, yeah.
Hey, you gotta start somewhere.
If you ever get a hold of those big wheels, man, that's where your money's at. The big ones make millions of dollars. Woo! Hey, you can bring it here and then.
Yeah.
Then you could retire. Then you could retire eventually. Yeah. Also, the weather conditions can play with that too.
One thing I hate is you're sitting there on these what do you call those things you have to step on, and you gotta go higher and higher and higher and higher and higher.
I got
Yeah, scaffold.
I never used those.
Ooh, I did that one time, and them things are shaky as hell. Especially when you're painting.
Or in Minecraft.
Yeah, it ain't a big deal when you know you gotta hook up and there's you have to look up and then you look down like this.
Oh God.
Everybody's underneath you, and you gotta be careful.
And it's wobbly.
Well,
Oh God. Woo! Somebody afraid of heights but not want to do that.
Well, I mean, that's something you gotta do.
They pay you for it though. The harder the job is, the more they'll pay you. Because they want you to do it.
They did way to do windows. They use them big old windows, they big giant windows.
Yeah, I hear those people get paid good.
But they had to take these cranes, had to take these cranes and pull them up.
Like something that you'd go door to door paying like $10 a pop for, they get paid like a full wage job for because it's like way up in the air. Yeah. And normally you go door to door, they pay you $5-10 to do it. Yeah, yeah. Or most people probably do it themselves.
It ain't no fun after so long.
I think they made like 120 an hour.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that's pretty good damn money.
You wouldn't think, but the risk of the job.
One guy, he made about $100 an hour with no crane up on it. Man, he made millions.
You wouldn't think it'd make that much, but the risk you're putting out for the job could kill you.
You know what? I seen one time a guy. He was in a rebar, and what it was, and I witnessed this. It was me and Domestic Construction. We was out there and we were doing rebar, putting a brick. We was trying to put that. Call that thing that you put pour concrete down into I can't tell you what they call it, but it's big, long, big old long
Stilts?
steel, huh?
Stilts?
No, it wasn't steel, but what we were doing was putting those back.
Is that column?
Yeah, the column, yeah. The big old giant column. Yeah, they're wide, and it takes a crane to pull them up. And when
Those girls have the wash machine. The vibrator washing machine.
Nah.
It's like putting it in the washing machine. It's really loud. It's really loud. Platform, I've got it. Platform. The little big steel platform. The camera is. They have, actually, the jackhammers get to you too.
What is it?
Jackhammers, when they knock some of that rock out and everything.
Yeah, if you use them long enough.
Boy, that's something that vibrates you. Now, and then I tried that drill, that drill bit where they actually drill holes through the dynamite.
Oh, so
That
they
thing
get to
does
talk.
all kinds of smoke and
Right.
smells.
God, people keep calling.
They can tell you something. I don't know.
So, you just want a can of bug spray and what I was going to get at Walmart? Oh, good. Alright, so yours is a can of bug spray and then I'll get the cords for us. Alright. Alright. Probably trying to find somewhere to eat or go to the store. There's Don Pepe's over there. Yeah. Yeah, and then Walmart's got like their hot food. Walmart.
Walmart did. They got certain kinds of food. They ain't got all the things you want.
Yeah.
They're like taking with me.
They got a whole restaurant up in there. I know Food Line does too. I ain't never had those. I know they got stuff too. Damn, they have full on supper in there. Kind of like the specials or whatever. Like they serve certain things and certain things. Damn. Of course, since it's the store, you can get stuff in there and make your own if you want. Yeah, they only eat certain things. Good night. We're still early. I guess I could let you up there and give you your phone, and maybe I could hang out with Mom for a little bit, Dad. After I get her food. You think I could do that, Dad? Dad? Ooh, good spot. All right, I will be back.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too. Do you want to use the card or the cash for the bug spray? I never asked.
You can use some of the cash.
Cash, okay. Gotcha. I'll be right back. All right, going to get another phone cord. Mine hasn't went out, but I'm gonna get a spare for me and one for them, and I'm gonna get another fast charging block like what I got. Let's get it. Oh, look at that. They got mixed flavored goods. I'm gonna go for first. It's a fast charging block, because I know where it's at. But they don't keep very many of them, so you have to go like you're checking out, which I'm not yet. You go like you're checking out. This is where I got mine at, and it's like up in here somewhere. Somewhere in here. There's like a fast charging block. It's mixed up in here, you gotta find it.
You going to college, man? You going to school and everything? You playing football?
Yeah.
Oh, he says it does.
It might not be on this side. It could be on the other side. It's a fast charging. It was like $9. I think I was on the other side when I got it. You gotta go to a certain spot. Oh, there's employees over there. Gotta go to a certain spot to get it. Well, this isn't the same brand.
Yeah, it wasn't mine.
But it's the same thing. And it's fast charge. So it'll do. I'll go to the back and get the cord. If I see the one that I had in the back, I'll get that one. Basically, the back, I mean the electronics section. And while we're back there, why don't we take a snippet at some of the computer options? I said I would find a way to get a view of it. Well, no one's with me. I'm in here alone. Let's do it. Let's see what we got. I'm trying to be careful and courteous. Hey, how you doing? On the phone. Probably video calling somebody like I do dad or something. Alright, let's see what they got. I know some options may not be here no more because of the tariffs and stuff. Oh, here we go. Look at this. There's an MSI just like mine. It's $999. Here's the cheaper one. Here's an Acer. And here's an Asus. Oh, here's the specs of the Asus. That's got a terabyte of storage. I'm considering this one. I might consider this one. It's like $12.49. But I have to save for it. Oh, look at that. They just picture like Data Creative on there or something. You know, get the picture. Hey. Here it is. It's in this box. It was in this random box of stuff. That's the exact one I got. There's another one. It's in that box of stuff. I'm not sure how much it costs, but there's TVs too. I don't need one of those. Try not to go too expensive. Get 2 of those. One for me and one for, I don't need one yet, but I want to have a backup. When I do need one, I'll be able to get it. $158 for a TV is not bad. But considering I have one, I don't need it. I think it's this one. This is the one that I have. That's about the size of the one I have. It's a Vizio too. That's a Vizio. So that's probably the one that I have. Hey, how you doing? All right. That's probably the one I had. I remember the box being that color. It's like a 43-inch. It's pretty it was bigger than the one that I had. It's now in the back bedroom. Yeah, I never got rid of that TV. I just put it in the back bedroom. Now every room that people stay in's got a TV to it. And some way to access the internet like YouTube and stuff. You know, as long as we keep the Wi-Fi. So we got stuff like all that stuff. Oh, sorry for the sideways. Now we're going to get one more thing. I don't normally take you guys on a talk through Walmart. I just thought I would try something different. Maybe roll some background music and just chill out driving through Walmart. This car will stop trying to fly out from under me. Now we're looking for the bug spray. You know, them roaches in our house. Gotta go. How you doing? I ain't got time. Here we are. That's the one we used to get. That should be it. We should be done now. Let's go to checkout. And I'll do a checkout montage. Checkout is this way. Get past this guy. How you doing?
Great, how are you?
Pretty good. Oh, here's the mixed up flavors. They got, ooh, lemon, lime, and orange. Not Mom's favorite. She don't like the lemon lime. I kind of do that. God, I kind of do that at work though. I mix like Mellow Yellow, Sprite, and Orange High C. It's good. So I've kind of already done that before, just not with Gatorade. Peanut butter lovers. It's nothing but the peanut butter pieces. Alright, we're almost there. They're coming up on it. Alright. I am in line. I'm just getting through line. Alt smash in the room. The one on the end's ready. Way over there. On the end right there. Can't really zoom in, my hands are right here. Commence the montage. It was a quick montage, I know. More, yeah, I'm going to run to the restroom. Then we have to get to Dad to his first appointment. All right, now let's get back to it. Oh, how you doing? Now we're heading outside. That was a quick montage. Like I said, I was only getting a few things. About $30 left, but Dad said he's gonna help me with the rest of lunch, so, or supper, should I say. Whatever I can't pay, he'll pay, so I'm good. He's got a couple hundreds in there, so I think we'll be okay. There is the vehicle. What the hell? Just pulled in from the other direction. Alright. I'll see you in the next one, peace.
They let me out because of insurance.
Okay.
That's kind of crazy, you know, income is like crazy to me.
Yeah.
And, I mean, like they said, they pay for something like this, which I'm glad they do.
Right. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't make sense, but you gotta play by their rules, so.
If you look at the tip of my tongue, you see something like 92, 97 degrees.
Yeah, maybe out a little bit far. Yep.
And then if I turn it this way,
Right.
and then it's not. I'm ready for the swivel one, the one that swivels goes in and out like this. I'm not sure what the
Swivel,
Guys, what you're about to witness. Oh my God.
There you go.
He's standing up. Do I need to move the wheelchair?
Just take some weight off and this is a little weight off and
He's working on it like a car.
When you're finished one, you walk the bike and you walk about.
Look at it. He's so close to getting a real one. He'll be getting a real one soon. About how much longer will it be?
I'll check with the insurance. They're usually the ones we're waiting on. It's a good foot.
He's working on it like a car.
liners. Yeah, it's been over a year.
He's even got two of them. Both of them are all torn up.
They get torn up. So that means you've been using the leg, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been trying to keep it on for a long period of time. I've gotten used to it slowly. I didn't do it all at one time. You know.
Good.
The last 2 days tried to do it all at one time. Well, I'm gonna walk.
Yeah, you can overdo it. Do you have any socks that you're using over?
Yeah, I did.
Over this?
Yes,
They're fixing his leg.
Okay.
And it just not working.
Wasn't working well. Okay. Yeah, socks can help, but sometimes they don't.
And this right here,
they don't fix the problem.
for some reason it don't center right.
Yeah, it
Sounds
says
like
it's
cranking a wheel.
Way loose up top here,
yeah.
like way loose.
Like there's wiggle room in there.
Yeah. Can we back you up a little bit?
Sure.
There's a chair, but he'll just push it.
He just got his wheelchair redone too, like the
did
seat
ya?
and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, what I will do, I'm gonna take a cast today for a new. We're gonna try to get a new leg. The hard part is the prescription I have from the nurse practitioner at Magnolia. It's only for the socket. So if we're wanting to get a whole new leg, like to have your old one and then have a whole new leg with a new foot and everything, I'll need a new prescription. So I don't know if you got a doctor that you're seeing.
I don't know if you just get this and no socket, I'll be alright.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be alright.
We'll start there.
That's fine.
Okay.
If it's got something like that, but just here a new sleeve.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you'll get new sleeves and socks and everything with the new socket. But let me see if I got a new one today to take a cast. Okay.
Okay.
So I can't let you go home with anything new yet, but we can start the process. So let me see what I've got for liners, and I'll be right back.
All right.
That's making me nervous.
Yeah, that's what I'd be doing. Leaning on the couch, slaps back and lands on the cat, or on my toe.
No, we don't land on your toe, but it falls off to my leg. But you know what? The cat be trying to slap at it. Please try it. You know what I'm saying? I do that, man.
There you go. I'll be right back. Okay.
All right. I'll be back.
Got a new liner here. It's the same brand, but a little bit of a different material. I think it's gonna work better and hold up better over time.
I thought it really needed. That's what there's
New liner.
it's sweaty and it's gritty.
Well, they're all gonna be sweaty, but this one
right.
just is.
So that's a little
It needs to be
smaller.
burned.
This is gonna be a little bit tighter, yeah.
Okay.
That one needs to be burned.
Well, you gotta think it's drunk all the time.
You getting any pain in the leg?
No,
Okay. Are you taking that off and washing it every day?
I have been washing.
Okay. Yeah, make sure you're using soap and water to wash that pretty well.
That's the only thing I haven't done, is put soap on it, but I've been washing, I've been putting lotion on it
Okay.
too. I think it's a heat rash.
Yeah, it's looking pretty red and irritated. It's not what I want to see. Have you had a doctor look at your leg or anything lately?
Yeah.
What'd they say about all the redness?
They wanted me to, in one spot, take it off, and then, put lotion on it and air it out.
Okay.
But, feel later, I haven't had a chance to do it as much as I want to. I haven't taken it off though.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna want to take it off anytime you're not wearing the label. Take it off, let it breathe, and use a good soap and water on both the liner and your leg.
Okay.
Because I can't diagnose anything. I didn't go to school long enough for that. But it's got some of the signs of a cellulitis, which is like a skin infection, basically.
That's how he lost that leg.
If it starts getting
No, it ain't.
If it starts getting worse, you develop a fever, you start getting a lot of pain, things like that, go to the doctor right away. But if this is how it looks and it's okay, it's not bothering you, then we're fine.
It's not doesn't bother me. I just more been keeping it on.
Okay.
I think I just need to keep it out there once in a while.
Yeah, let it.
What I might do is do that when I might do that when I get home.
Yeah, I would. I'm gonna grab a real thin sock to put over your skin just to protect the skin and the liner. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotta go right in the bed. That was saving my leg or something?
Yeah, it's just a real thin sock to kind of protect your skin from the liner here. 'Cause this isn't the liner that you're getting. This is one we use for casting. So just to kind of keep it clean, we'll do it that way. Are you able to? I mean, I'll order this one for you, so when you get the new socket, you'll get it. But this one stays here. Are you able to kind of hold this up, keep that from rolling down on us?
Yeah.
Just kind of hold it for a second until I can get this. A little snug here, but that's what we want.
I told them that that's not as easy to look to put that stuff on, but it's really hard. It's not that easy. You can do it all day long, and it wouldn't be that easy.
I feel okay?
Yeah.
Good deal. Well, this should be pretty quick and easy. We'll get you wrapped up, take a cast, and then next time I see you, which will be I think the beginning of May, I'll have a socket for us to test out. So a clear plastic socket. Make sure it fits well, is comfortable.
Right.
And then we'll get it finished after that appointment.
Okay.
There we go.
The magic tape.
Yeah, it's just some shrink wrap. It's pretty tight.
Saran wrap.
Yeah. That's it. Cling wrap, saran wrap, all the different names. Cellophane.
Crystal wrap. That's what it's called at my work.
That's what y'all call it?
Well, that's not what they call it, but that's what the brand is.
Oh, okay.
I still call it saran wrap.
There we go.
And then we're showing gifts and
We're good. Okay. Just hold still for me. A bucket of water's in the next room over.
Hurry! I'm gonna cushion our fall with this water bucket! Release!
Are we gonna go with Cowboys again, or you want a different?
No, I want to stay with the Cowboys.
Okay.
I'm a Cowboy fan. I like
There you go.
I told him that last time. He's like, okay.
Should be able to make that work.
Looks like ace bandage.
Yeah, that's kind of how I'm wrapping it. But this is a fiberglass casting.
Oh, so you can drive a car fast with it. A lot of them sports cars are made of fiberglass.
He was going to graduate last time. Now he's in college.
Yeah, last time I was there, I was still in school, and now I'm going to college.
Yeah, tell me what you're going to be.
Very good.
I'm in the computer science program.
Great.
They make them good money too.
Yeah, you can, for sure. Yeah, you can work anywhere, do anything. That's smart.
If you know technology these days.
Yeah, especially if you can start learning AI stuff, that's going to be
Oh gosh.
huge. Yeah.
I ain't got to that yet.
Well, you will.
Yeah.
Bend your knee a little bit for me.
Right now I'm getting through all the required classes, like math and stuff.
Straighten it out a little more. Perfect. Just relax. Let me hold your leg. There we go. Try to relax that muscle up here.
Did you fall asleep,
Dad?
Dad?
That's perfect. No, he's just focusing.
I thought he was asleep.
No.
A lot of these things you can look down in your sleep. Some eyes are different than others.
They can't see him.
No, it's not that. It's just, I've seen a woman, she had her eyes completely almost down the, her lids almost down the but she can see really good. I think I don't know if it's called lazy eye or whatever.
What's that noise?
The popping noise?
Yeah.
It's a chemical reaction going on. When I dunk it in the water, it sets off this material, so it's getting warm and it's hardening. Cool.
Sounds like Alka-Seltzer.
Oh, no, that's what. The baby get hard down your throat. It's quick.
I can't breathe.
Yeah, that's a something. Oh, yeah, how did you get? And now we're going to have to
Pull it out.
It's regular. Well, not regular, but it's very similar to regular casting material. This stuff is extra stretchy, kind of like an ace bandage.
Right.
We're almost done. I'm trying to slide it off here in a moment. It's going to be a little tight, but we'll get it.
You really have to do it twice at one time.
Did I? Yeah. Maybe with because if your leg's big down here and small up here, it can be really tough to get this. But we're going to give it a try here. We're going to wiggle it. You ready? Oh, much easier. Hooray!
The mold is out.
That's what I was hoping for.
Now to get the saran wrap out.
Yeah, that's the easy part. Good deal.
Looks like a tube.
So I will use this to make your socket and
Wonder how it fits inside of that. It'd probably fit inside of it.
yeah, maybe because your legs shrunk a lot. Just not quite, but just about.
Yeah.
If I want that them sock one, I'd do good.
Yeah, socks can help, but sometimes they're not.
I put two. I had to put 2 or 3 of them, and they was kind of loose. I said, we can't have the.
It's time to get a new one.
Yeah, but I'm glad they do that.
Very good. Okay, I'm gonna take this back and get you back in your old leg, and then
See you here in a couple of weeks for the test fitting. We'll just leave that sock on, that's fine. You can use that.
Okay.
Sometimes it helps with just like absorbing sweat and stuff.
Yeah, that does sweat a lot.
Do you just wash it like regular socks?
Yeah, just you can throw it in the laundry.
I gotta do some when I get home anyway.
There you go.
Oh yeah, that's all look better.
Yeah, that's super loose.
It helps.
It's definitely time for some new stuff, so.
And you know that way.
Yeah.
He's even got it marked where he puts it at. Sounds like cranking a wheel.
Yep.
One of those Wheel of Fortune.
I get why I can spin it now.
Alright, well, I wish I could do more, but as you know, this is a process.
Yeah, gotta go through it.
At least
See you in the next one. I am currently in the bathroom of Catfish Campus. I don't know what I'm getting yet, but I'm fixing to go eat me some lunch/supper. It is 3:04, so probably supper, but just wanted to let you guys know. Hope you enjoyed that. There'll be more soon, but I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Now, who the fuck is this? It looks like a Mitsubishi Mirage. Let's see if I was right. No, it's a Honda Fit. Damn it. Hey, they go to Columbia State, though. That's where I'm actually going. Yes, it's Wednesday morning. I got my 2 classes in the morning. I'm done with INFS and math support. All I've got on Mondays is literally just statistics. I go to statistics and then I'm done for the day. Now my Wednesday I still have economics. Economics was technically on Monday too, but he's only doing that for honors. I'm not majoring in economics. Oh, I hate economics. But I do have to take the regular class, so I am in that. I am in the regular economics class, the bigger one, just not the honors. But I got a class there today, and I don't think the test is yet, but I want to get there a little bit early so I can work on my math homework. I'm talking about like, what is it? Confidence level and distribution and probability. It's just all that stuff we're talking about. But before we get there, you guys probably want to know, how'd everything go yesterday? I brought back a little bit of a sort of a memory of an old video. And I forgot the guy's name was Dr. Connor. It was the same guy too. He even remembered us. He's like, it's been a long time. I was like, yes it has. Because the last time I saw him, well, it wasn't that video. That wasn't the last one. I think we saw him like another time or two shortly after that. But then there was only like 1 or 2 more times, and then that was it. But that's the same guy that we saw in that video. It's the same guy. I think he runs that place. Like, he's like the only guy that runs that place. He's the only one I ever see, besides somebody at the front checking people in and appointments and stuff, making appointments. There's that one woman at the front. I ain't never seen her, but she could be new. But yeah, I'm not waiting on nobody. I'm fixing to cross the street. I got a little bit of time. I'm a little bit early, but yeah, that was the same guy. I remembered his name was Dr. Connor. I looked back at the video and I literally said, "What's your name?" And he said, "Connor." I said, "Well, this is Dr. Connor." Dan Connor. No. But, he's related to Roseanne. No. Well, her real last name is Barr, but she got barred from Hollywood. Oh, damn. She got barred from Tunica. No, I'm kidding. The real Hollywood. So she can't make the show no more. That's why the Connors was born and where she supposedly died. But what is it? I'm trying to remember what I was saying. Yeah. Today we are not done yet, though. I've got to go to. Oh, that ain't a good noise. Saw something dragging on that car. I got to. My dad's got to go to Mount Pleasant to his doctor. He's got an appointment for. And he's got to get insulin, so he's got to go. So we got one more thing today. I think that's all we got to do, though. So I think we're just going to that doctor in Mount Pleasant and then coming straight back. Because we did a lot yesterday. We did so much yesterday. We went out to like 3 appointments. We went to Walmart, dropped Mom some food. We went to eat. So yeah, we did a lot yesterday. My granddad's birthday is tomorrow, so happy early birthday to him. That's kind of why we did this, but to begin with, we forgot it. Well, I don't want to say we forgot about it, but we weren't thinking about his birthday, and I guess that kind of can be like an early birthday dinner, because, you know, it was technically just out of the blue, so now I can at least be for something. We ate. I got the popcorn shrimp again. And the fries. I got an extra order of onion rings, but I didn't really need it. But the popcorn shrimp they made was different. It was good. Like, it looked like it was homemade. Like they make it now. The last time I had it, it was like, almost like that frozen stuff you buy at the store. They throw it in the freezer and I'll throw it in the fryer and cook it for a few minutes. That stuff that I got yesterday looked like it was handmade. Like they actually went out, bought actual shrimp and battered it. To be honest, it tasted better than the last one because it was probably made that way. It was crispy. And it didn't have that crunch that looked like frozen. It had that crunch that looked like somebody hand battered it. Like chicken strips or something. Like you could tell if it's frozen. Because of how the breading is, it'd be like flat and smooth. It was like rough and it looked like Hardee's chicken tender type texture. But except it was on popcorn shrimp. It tasted different than the chicken tenders, but it was good. And they had a different type of fries. They were like coated fries. They were good. But who can get over some classic crinkle cuts? I mean, I could do for some of those. But they were good. The onion rings were pretty good. I did run into one that wasn't... It was like it formed into like a piece and it didn't cook all the way. But I don't think that was their fault. The onion rings were good, but I didn't need it. I could have just got the plate I had and probably finished it. But, all the shrimp I had was gone. Just not all the fries. But anyway, we spent like $60. But what I didn't tell you is there's something that changed. Instead of me paying for lunch, Dad ended up paying for it. So that $31 that I had left after leaving Walmart, I still got. So I could put that back towards the computer. But like I said, it's going to be a minute before I do that. Because, well, when I get paid, if it ain't already, I got to renew Epidemic Sound. I know it's a big price, but I'm going to renew it. Because I've been using the heck out of it. It's $20 a month, but I can do it. And then I got to start saving for CapCut. Because they're not slacking up. They're only willing to give the yearly subscription. So I'm going to have to save $180 just to get it. It's like $179.99. I'll make sure I have at least like $200 in my bank when I do it. $200 that's mine, not mom and dad's. Like, I'll make sure I have the amount calculated. And I won't pay for it until I pull their money out. Because if I do that and then accidentally dip into some of theirs, then we'll have a problem. Although I could probably give them cash depending on how much it is. I might have some extra in cash. But yeah, I gotta do Epidemic Sound this week, and then I gotta do CapCut yearly. One time until next year, unless it gets banned. So CapCut, I have till June, I think like 6, to get it sorted out. Like June 6th, whatever, you get the idea. June 6th. But I have until then to like get the subscription renewed, or I won't have CapCut. And I'm like, instead of using DaVinci, I'll just save up a little bit and actually pay the yearly. But then that means until I won't owe until June 6th of 2026. So it's a big price, but it's a whole year. So I won't owe anything until the June the 6th. Because you pay one price and then it lasts the whole year. That's why it's an annual membership. Because you pay every year instead of every month. Basically, that's the $19.99 gathered up for an entire year. So probably like 12 times. That's what it about equals out to. There might be a small discount in there because usually if you buy it yearly, it's cheaper than if you add up each month. That's probably because you're paying so much at once, and they're going to throw a little discount your way for doing that. But it's the only option I have. Like, if you go into CapCut, there's no monthly option anymore. You can only buy it for the year. If there's ever a way to buy out like a studio on CapCut, I'll try to save for it. But as of right now, there's only like a yearly subscription for what I want for Pro. You can go Teams and pay like $22 a month, but I don't need that. That's for like businesses, for like multiple people. All I need is just regular CapCut Pro, which gives me access to everything on CapCut. You got Standard, and it's the old CapCut Pro price, $9.99. But Standard, what it is, it's like a lighter version of CapCut. Like, you have CapCut Pro, you got CapCut Standard. I haven't never used it, but I'm pretty sure what it is you have access to some features, but other features you might not have access to. And when you use CapCut Pro, you get AI credits towards doing stuff. And AI credits does not count towards splitting instruments Although splitting instruments is a pro-only feature. It's like a built-in Moises into CapCut, or BandLab splitter, but it's more like Moises. It doesn't oversplit. It's like a built-in Moises to CapCut, but you do have to have Pro to use it, so it's just got that little diamond with a check mark next to it. Well, the check mark represents that I got Pro, but the little diamond means like Pro. It's like a purple diamond. Here's a picture of it on screen if I could get it. I'm sure I can. I'll just do is a screenshot it. But if you got a check mark next to it, that means you're eligible to use it. But for some reason, the splitter doesn't use AI credits. I think it's something totally separate. It's just like a pro in general feature. Because, splitters use AI to split. If it was funny, though, in the Lunch and Learn podcast, they were talking a little bit about how AI splitters are like the thing right now. Yet, they're right, because for all of my edits, if it wasn't for Moises, or back in the day, BandLab Splitter, or let's go back a little bit further, Vocali, which is still an existing site. I've looked at it from time to time. Vocali, I couldn't make my edits. I would just be stacking songs on top of each other. It wouldn't be the same as how I do it now. But Moises is like the top level. That's how I'm able to like make the really good ones. And then Moises Pro, just like, that's how I'm like able to like really make good ones. Moises Premium, though, I could still make plenty of good ones. I just can't like split drums and stuff. But I have a couple of the drum splits saved in my splitted folder, but not all of them. I have like remix and original. That's how I was able to make, there was this drum beat I made. It was like a remix drum beat for one of the songs. I can't remember which one. Basically, I used Moises Pro and I split the drums. Oh yeah, I was gonna tell you how I do Moises Pro, because I don't know, I was talking to Eric and then I forgot about it. Well, how I use it is I basically, I'm going to be going in here in a minute. It's 8:59. But I'll tell y'all this and then I got to go. I don't have class till 9:30, but I want to take a little bit of time to look at math homework. But how I use Moises Pro is if you pay for the flat out month, it's almost like $30 if you buy it for the whole month. But if you wait towards the end of the month, like the last 7 or 8 days, you only pay $7 or $8. It's like around $1 per day. Whereas this Moises Premium is only a couple cents per day. But if you buy Pro, it's like $1 per day. And if you wait till the end of the month, Google Play will give you a discounted price, and you only pay for the time that you use it. And then what I do is I pay for it, so I only pay a little bit extra. I pay a little bit extra, like $8 or $9 extra, but I get Pro for like 8 or 9 days. And then I cancel Moises so it doesn't charge me for Pro when the cycle starts. And then I go back in, and once it goes back to free, I re-upgrade the subscription back to premium. And it's only like $6.57 a month. So that's how I get Moises Pro. Because I don't pay full price for it. It's too expensive. I did that one time, and yeah, that's too much. It was like $32 after tax. No, I'm good. But since Google Play will only make you pay for the time that... Yeah, Google Play has this thing where it only makes you pay for the days you used it. So it basically calculates... So it takes the full price, and then it calculates it based on a by-day basis. So like it divides it up into like however many days are in a month, you know, because Google's got a calendar, Google Calendar, you know, got a lot of appointments in there, and events and my college stuff, but I also put the trip in the calendar too. But when we went, the one we already went to, but it takes it and calculates it to the days, and then however many days is how many times it stacks it for however many days is left. So you only pay for the days you're using it, rather than still having to pay full price and only getting partial time. It'll discount it because you only need it for this many days. You don't need it for the full month. That's how Moises does, or Google Play does. And then the apps allow them to do that, so they could draw in a little more attraction, because people could come into the game late. They can make a few extra bucks still. Even if they come into the game late, they can still make a few extra. They can still make a few extra bucks. That way they're still making a little bit of money. Even if they're in the game late, they can still make a little money, and you can still use their service. And you ain't gotta wait till the beginning of the month to start it, or suffer forking out and then wasting half of the money, but you only get a few days. So that's a really good feature, but I'm gonna get inside. I still haven't decided what I'm gonna do in Moises Pro yet. I'm sorry. The breakdown, I'm not sure, because I haven't finished up on the regular one. I'll probably do some more of that eventually. But I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Hey guys. You're probably wondering where I'm going. Well, I'm going to work. Looks like I don't have a ride today, so I'm gonna have to walk. I don't want to. I'm too tired, if you ask me, but don't look like I have a choice. Eric still doesn't have a vehicle. We still don't have a vehicle. And Jordan from Hardy's just got shit to do. Or at least he says he does. The only person that's gonna be there is some new guy. I mean, maybe he could give me a ride home tonight. I don't know. But he's not there till later, so. He said he can't even take my coworkers home. So, yeah. If I figure out that Eric has a vehicle, then he'll probably take me if he gets one. But right now he don't have one. The house is right there. I don't see any vehicles. Yeah, there's no vehicles over there. I don't know why it feels like my shoe's on backwards, because it's not. But we better get started. I'm gonna be taking this way. This is the way I always go. I haven't been in a while, but back when I did, this is the way I went. I don't care that the college is blocking us out. They're not giving me a ride to work, so I'm not staying here. Although I remember this old place. I used it all the way up to episode 13. I even had plans to find a spot at Tunica, which I kind of did, but the hype's not the same. I do have a spot up there, but the lore was back when I had this spot. Remember, I used to sit over there all the time. I'd sit right on those steps. and record I mean, I could probably call my manager, see what she could do, but she's probably off. There's probably nothing she can do. I don't really want to walk. I'm tired. There ain't no way I could do this 3 days in a row. I just ate, and now I'm already having to go. That's what you get when you gotta work early and don't have a vehicle to go anywhere. Mom's coming home today, but looks like that won't be the highlight of my day. I'll just have to get to work. I don't want to walk, but doesn't look like I have a choice. Well, this didn't go as good as I'd hoped. I feel like I gotta sit down. Well, I'm early, so if I do have to stop and sit down for a minute, I can. Well, we're basically walking to Hardee's. So that's all we're doing. I mean, Hardee's ain't that far, but it takes me a while to walk. And I've just started, so. And tonight, when I'm tired, I'm not gonna be ready to walk. I'm not gonna be ready to walk 2 miles up the road. Or 3 maybe. I don't even want to do it now, but imagine when after I close, if I have to do it. It's not gonna work. But you're probably wondering what's going on right now, other than me walking to work. But like I said, Mom's coming home today. I got a little bit more money than I had hoped, which is good, yesterday on my paycheck. So that's good. But visible fence. Well, I'm gonna steer clear of that place. This is invisible fence. I mean, I don't have a security system. But basically, I've just been chilling out at home. I've got my statistics exam soon. I still got a couple more. I still got a couple more classes before that happens. I've also not only do I have a couple more classes, well, actually, that is it, but I have economics exam this Wednesday. He said I could either take it this week or next week. I said, well, if I'm already there, I'm going to take it this week. Then I'll have one class. And as far as the summer trip goes, I don't see it happening. Mom's going home. I was like, that's Granddad. He wouldn't have let me walk if that was him. But that one has fog lights, his doesn't. But anyway, I don't see a summer trip. Mom's coming home on a wound vac, and they have to come over to the house to change it every 2 days. So going on a trip's going to be near impossible. And Granddad actually is going to be going on one himself. Yeah, one where he... Remember before we went on the trip, I told you he likes to go down there by himself sometimes? Well, he's doing another one of those. I mean, we were thinking it was like maybe in Christmas time, because I get another college refund before then, and we could save that and go again at Christmas time. If the weather ain't bad or nothing like that. But we don't know. But for the summer, it's not likely. I'll probably go through another semester of college before we go. Christmas break will be my next break. I'm not sure if college has fall break. I can't remember. It might. Oh yeah, I think they do, but it's like weird. It's like part of the week. And the way my week's gonna be next week, I'd be like, if it was like it was this week, I could probably take the week off. But how it is, how my schedule is, now if it's Monday to Wednesday, we could probably make it work. I would just have to get home and then get right back up, go to college the next day. But if it was, if it's like Monday and Tuesday one day and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday the next, it's like, well, that ain't gonna work. Because the way my schedule is next week, I'll be Tuesday and Thursday. So it's weird. It's a weird schedule. This is where we're at. We're near the Shell where I do my gas times at with Granddad. That's where we're at. He usually goes to this one to get gas. Gas time again. Oh, let's do a reenactment of episode. He went inside. That's from the car's return. I'll go put the number in. I don't know. I bet it means no card. I ain't never seen that. I'll put the number in. I don't like walking to work, but I don't have much of a choice. And trust me, at nighttime it gets a lot creepier. You got random noises, and you're outside, so if something comes up to you, it could get you. Strange vehicles driving by. Like during the day, it's pretty normal because people are going to work. People are out and about, driving around. Could be going somewhere, may not have any plans, just riding around. Or they could be doing something like DoorDash and just driving out and around. But at night, it gets weird. At night, you start hearing weird noises. You start seeing strange vehicles coming up and stopping near you. Not to mention, I'll be tired. I mean, there's vehicles that stop during the day, but not as much. But yeah, also not to mention, I will be tired. So, I'm probably, and then I have to do it again the next day. Thing is, I have nobody to walk with because, well, because of DCF's stupid rules, I can't be in contact with my brother. I don't know why, but there are rules. I haven't done nothing. I don't know why they see me as a threat. I don't get it, but they do. So they make it where I can't see him. I can see him on video call and under the table, as they so call it. Like, if I catch him at Walmart or something. But as far as like going to visitation or anything like that, I'm not allowed to be a part of it. They said something with my past, but I don't have nothing in my past. Not that I know of. My past was about the same as it is now. Except I didn't have a YouTube channel at the time. Or, well, started out I didn't. And then I did, but I didn't really do nothing on it. And then, shortly before we was homeless is when I started putting Redneck Girl edits out. I think when we was homeless was when I released my first edit. But that's around 2022, something like that. Because I was homeless. I had nothing to do. But if you check out Preparation, then you'll see what my first edit was. Not one that I released, but my first ever prototype. Check out Trip Preparation. And my first prototype edit is in there because I tell a lot of stories in that video too. Along with hyping up for the trip that we went on, but I tell a lot of stories. Like, the stories I tell is how my edits got to be as good as they were. I believe. And me on YouTube altogether. Like how I went from not posting at all to posting a little bit, started posting edits, and eventually life upgrades. And then went through the whole story and stuff. Then you also got how my edits were good. How I started with vocaling and now I'm with Moises. Occasionally getting Moises Pro and making just some over-the-top edits. But even Moises Premium can make some good ones. So yeah, if you want to see that, check out Preparation. And I have both of those stories in there. They're towards the beginning. Now the very, very, very beginning is a continuation from this 2 store tours video. But wait, no, it's not. That's a transition between the trip video and the Preparation. I kind of have a transition between there. Like, literally, like, so I record myself going up to the college. Things are heated. Mom's mad. She says she don't want to go, of course. She does that a lot. Then I go to class, in the episode. Of course, I don't actually start editing the last clip until home, but I then proceed to record the next clip on the way out. That's how the intro is. Starts with me walking out of the wharf building. and heading back towards the house after my last debut with college. Still having 2 days of work left. He took the economics exam. All I've left is the statistics one when I get home. And then I recorded a clip of me walking into work on my last day. It was Friday, and breakfast, and Jarshay was there, so. As I arrive at work on my final day, thoughts flood my mind. Is this day going to be more complicated than usual? Solely to the fact that I know I'm going after this. Or is it just going to be the same as every other day? But here's the kicker. It is Friday. So business might be busy. Usually on Fridays we're pretty slammed. It is Friday. Of course I have to get through a Friday. You know, payday, my dudes. But it's Friday, so we're probably gonna be pretty busy. Coming out here on Friday morning, but people looking at me. But it's Friday, and it's Jarshay. So let's hope this goes well. See you in the next clip. Peace. That's when I had the heated moment about the 2 fish sandwiches, but I didn't even care about that. I mean, I did for a little bit, but eventually forgot all about it because I was going on a trip, and no 2 fish sandwiches was going to stop me from doing that. Even though I did have 2 from Wendy's the next day, or the day I think it was the second day we went. Oh no, it was the first night I tried Wendy's fish. It was alright. It wasn't like Hardee's, but it was alright. Alright. I'm getting to get near the schools. I mean, it's not too bad of a drive, but a walk takes me about an hour. I've been walking. Woo! Almost dropped the phone. Caught it in between my fingers. Been walking for about 20 minutes. Oh yeah. I also streamed Thunderworld last night, but not on YouTube. I'm starting to stream it on Twitch. That's where people get the most of their followers, so I'm trying it out, and I'll post it to YouTube in the same playlist. I decided it would just be the live footage, like kind of how like Captain Sparkles does his Sky Factory. He kind of just starts it at a point, gives an intro, and then proceeds to the live stream. But it's like a YouTube style intro, except it's not edited. You know, like a hey guys, welcome back, giving the highlights, and then continuing the episode. But I decided I'm going to take that kind of approach on Thunderworld. I'm going to make it a live series on Twitch. I don't know why the video didn't save on Twitch. I'm not sure how people get their video streams to save like that. And since I had not really any viewers, I didn't have any clips that people took. I'm trying to blow up on YouTube kind of like Queso or these other Minecraft streamers, you know. They just blew up on Twitch. And then they kind of proceeded to YouTube to continue it, but since I already have YouTube, I could just transfer my live streams to Twitch and then add my YouTube in the Twitch description and Twitch in the YouTube description. And they can kind of, ew. Fuck, 0.5. Fuck, it went to 0.5x. I don't ever do that 0.5x because every time I do, it makes the phone glitch. Or I don't want to say glitch, but it makes the video cut a second. Every time I do it, it cuts the video for like a second or two, and then my legs are already getting tired. I'm getting there. Got plenty more to go. Well, I gotta pass a dollar store. Gotta pass a school. Yeah, I still got a lot to pass. And this traffic's getting crazy. If we just had a vehicle, we'd be okay. But we ain't heard nothing about that in a while. Whew. I mean, my dad called him and they talks, but still ain't found no one. I don't know what the deal is. They just cannot find anyone to work on it. Maybe soon, but I have no updates right now. Right now, that's all I have. He called and still nothing. I basically, this morning, I got up, watched SpongeBob for like an hour, and then proceeded to head on to work. Because, oh, that breeze feels good. Because, whew, this walk is, I mean, a drive, that's not long. But as far as a walk, that's a good distance. And I gotta go that distance, so I was gonna make sure that I ate and was ready to go before I got there. But I mean, it'd do me some good to walk, but I mean, if I ain't got to, I don't want to. I never do want to if I ain't got to. The last time I walked to work, I've only ever walked to work once. And it wasn't even all the way. Like, it was part of the way. About the dollar store, someone stopped me and got me and took me. One of my coworkers at the time got me and took me over to work. But she don't work there no more. She's tried to get back in with it, but after what she did, I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna mention the name either. She just can't work there no more. But anyway, and I was there the day it happened too, but like I said, it's confidential. I'm not gonna mention any names. I'm not gonna mention any incidents, so I could get in trouble for that and lose my job. But let's just say she can't work there no more. But yeah, how you doing? But basically, she stopped me right here at this intersection where the dollar store is up here. Brought me to work at the time. And others couldn't give me a ride. was towards the start of my job. But walking back home, I've done at least 3 times, and I've walked all the way. Like today is Friday. I'll be damned, I could have called Scats and had them come get me. I still could, but no further than it is. There's probably no point by now. Because they're honoring passes and I have my bus pass. Trolley pass. I could call them. But it'd probably be like 20 minutes before they got there, and I'm already started the way. I could probably use the walk. I think I'll just finish it. You got a bike. My legs almost gave out. I tell you, this walk, whew, it'll tire you. My legs will probably feel like jello for the next hour. That's why I'm going early, so I have time to rest. And if I want food, I can get food. They better not call me and say they don't need me today. After I get here, they'll be like, we don't need you. Make sure I ain't got no text. No. Something. I'm about at the halfway point. I don't know if it's halfway or not. It probably is. The halfway point's either right here or near that dollar store, somewhere in there somewhere. There's some old people. Oh man. I'd kill for a ride to work. But I don't get one. Everybody here's got vehicles. We won't have to go through the struggles of walking. In my uniform, these tight pants. And I don't dare call him. Jarshay's there. She wouldn't care. You gotta get to work, so. And Eric still ain't got a vehicle yet. As far as I know. He texted me last night saying no, he didn't have one yet. And I have no ride to work because Jordan's got shit to do. He's always got something to do lately. I don't know what it is. I know I'm not his responsibility, but gee, you're just gonna let your coworker walk to work? Well, I'm sitting here struggling and I spilled my guts out to you and told you everything and you still don't care? Then you're gonna make me walk back home after a long day. No further than I live from Hardee's. I mean, literally, take you a few minutes. You don't even have to drop me. I wouldn't care if you dropped me at the road, right where the entrance was. That's still not far. What the fuck? Dude, she better not be honking at me. She got a vehicle, I have to walk. What does she know what it's like? She looks like someone who's been privileged all their life. Never had to struggle. I mean, unless she wasn't honking at me, but if she was, then she's gotta be, because otherwise she would know. The struggle is real, man. People need to know that. Huh? Huh? Yeah? Are you sure?
I do that for you all the time. Sure,
Well, I made it to work. Somebody took me about halfway. But look at those clouds. They look bad. Oh, 5x, 0.5x again. It looks like something's coming. And I'm at work today. I don't know what to do about that. But I just want to let you guys know I'll see you in the next one. Hey guys, I thought I had a ride secured. I paid him $10 to take me back and forth this weekend. And guess what? He has something he's dealing with that's more important than someone that paid him to take him to work. And now I'm gonna be over 2 hours late because I gotta walk. This is crazy. And I just started editing the other clip that was on. Last time someone stopped me at the dollar store, maybe it'll happen again, but I don't think so. I just got lucky the last 2 times. I paid him. I gave him $10. He said, I'll take you home and I'll take you back to work the rest of this weekend. Well, he took me home last night. Then I go outside about 11:30, sitting right where I wait for Granddad at. And Jordan, when he comes. He would come, but he's the only one at the store right now. Can't do nothing. I was waiting. I called him. He said somebody else answered the phone and said he was dealing with something. I don't know what could be more important. But he's not answering the fucking phone. So now I'm forced to walk to work. Now you can at least take me home tonight. If he shows up, that is. I paid him $10 and I'm still walking to work. Where's the stupid one than that? And not only that, I'm extremely late because someone decided they had more important things to do and they're not even at home. So now I'm suffering because he can't get his shit together. I thought I had this secured. I paid him $10 last night. He took me home. We were good. I said, I'll call you when I'm ready to go. Well, I call him about 11:30 and his phone is turned off. I think he did say 12:30. So I wait. I keep trying it every now and then until then. And after 12:30, I tried a couple more times. Still no answer. Then come 12:50. Still no answer. Come like 1:05, I'm a few minutes late. I could still make it. Finally it rings, but then still no answer. I do that like 2 more times, and then I do it another time, and someone else answers, and they say he's dealing with something, and he can't come. And I'm like, well, how am I going to get to work? And they're like, well, I'm sorry. I'm like, well, I paid him. I shouldn't have to suffer, because I paid him. I paid him $10. Trying to. Sure. Alright. Oh. Isn't that the guy who lives right next to us? Thank God. Somebody's going to be nice. I'll see you guys on the next one. Hey guys, they're actually getting ready to brick up that trailer right there, but you know they've already gotten ours. I hadn't got our old one yet though. Still hadn't gotten that one over there, but I'll probably get to it eventually. But basically, I'm waiting to go to work. Yeah, you probably saw the last clip. That guy never showed up. Well, I found out why. And it's not a reason I was sort of expecting, although when I heard it, I was like, wow. It was just crazy to hear, but he didn't show up because he's in jail. Yeah. Something he did. I'm not going to get into any details because it's not my business, but he never showed up because he went to jail. So that morning, yesterday morning when I was waiting for him, they must have came and took him and arrested him. That's why he never answered his phone. And that's why he had something he was dealing with, because, well, he's not able to come out. He's behind bars. But that's crazy. But, yeah, that's why he never showed up. So I'm going to have to take that 10 as a loss. Or should I say 8, because he took me home last night. But I ended up getting with Jordan. He decided, I said, I'll pay him $8 and he'll take me for the rest of the weekend. And he said the reason why he wasn't taking me was because of gas money. I didn't know that. So anything I said in the last clip, well, that was why he was making excuses. If he would have just straight up told me he needed gas money, I would have worked something out. But he didn't know that's what I didn't know. So he told me, and I said, I'll give him. He said $15 a week, and he'll take me for all 3 days and come and get me. So I said, I can do that. I gave him 8 since this was just like 1.5 days. You know, take me home last night and around both for today. He said 5 per day, but that's not just one. That's both ways, here and back. So 15, since I work 3 days, would get me the whole weekend. And they're back to back, so I just pay him at one time and he kills me for the whole weekend. That's not bad. That isn't bad. So for each 15, that'll cover a whole weekend that I work. That he's there. If he's not there, then I have to find other means. But if he's there, it'll cover me. So since that guy's in jail, he lost his job. And what that means is just me and Jordan tonight, because he was the other guy that was supposed to be there. I think we got Alyssa till 4, which is the other girl that was that took me home and came and got me. That's the other girl that has given me rides before. She lives in Etheridge, but or not in Etheridge, but around Etheridge, around Summertown, somewhere in there. You know, kind of borderline of my dad's brother's house, where the vehicle is. So she's not far from the vehicle. But, I mean, she don't know that. But she does know my situation, though. So, but she doesn't know that their house is, I mean, it wouldn't matter if I told her, but she didn't know that their house is right near where our vehicle's at their house. But the trailer that they're breaking up, I actually found out, remember this guy right here, this trailer right here where these two red cars are? That was the guy who took me yesterday to work when I started walking. He met me around at that church you get to before you cross the street and go to past the Shell. He met me right there, and it was him that took me to work. But today I don't need him since I paid Jordan $8. He's gonna take me to work and he's gonna bring me home today, and I'll just pay him $15 more next week, and he'll do it for the whole weekend. Because when I work, he works. So typically, and I already got my schedule. I'm working the same thing this weekend. I haven't checked to see who all is going to be there though. But I feel that's because he needed gas money, because he did used to live along the way of where I live, but he moved and he's in a different direction now. So things have changed. And now I need to give him a little bit in gas because it's out of the way, which is understandable, as my dad said, and I agree. If it's out of the way, he technically doesn't have to. So, well, he don't even have to if it's on the way, but I mean, it would make sense if it's on the way, and he could, like, if he lived down Williamsport and it was on the way and he had to leave and go straight somewhere straight to his house, that he could, like, at least drop me at the intersection where the road splits to go to Williamsport and then to go to my house, like right by the DCS office. That would at least take me halfway. I'd only have part of the way to walk, but typically, if he were to do that, he would just take me home, because he knows exactly where I live. You know, because that first time, right when he was pulling up, that's when I was coming out, and it was like, wow, you know, it was like perfect timing. You know, it's something you sort of don't forget after that, as long as you don't have memory loss, and neither of us do. So, yeah. I got the ride covered, but I had to fork out an extra $8, and that $10 is a loss, so. But at least I'm not walking. I'm happy about that. Him I can trust, because every time he's coming to got me, he's never been late, so. And he's the manager that would be wanting me to be there, so if he makes me late, he's only screwing himself, if you see what I mean. Because I'm one of the people that's going to be working with him, so he's going to make sure I get there. And then I paid him, so he's going to take me back home, so. Not only is the gas money going to get me there, but the fact that he needs me there, well, I paid him, so, yeah. It would just be a shame if he got called in early, then I'd be screwed. I hope that don't happen. That has happened too. Because then he can't leave the store. That don't mean he can't send someone to come get me. Alyssa's there. He could probably send her. She's done it before, but and she knows where I'm at. But he would probably text me if something like that happened. But I got his number. That's how I sent him $8 through Cash App. Because Cash App lets you use your contacts if they have a Cash App. Like, when you have a Cash App, you link your phone number to that Cash App. And then Cash App detects that phone number, and it's like, oh yeah, we have an account registered with this phone number, and that's this account. So when you click on that contact, it pulls up the account associated with that phone number. So if the account doesn't have a phone number, then it's not going to show up. But if the account has a phone number, because I was like, I don't have any cash, but I have Cash App. Most people do, and sure enough, he did. I was like, most people, especially him, to be one, to doing all that stuff online, would have a Cash App. So I was like, he should. And he said, yeah, he did. And he told me what it was. I made sure, and sure enough, he got it. So I was like, most people have a Cash App, but I can't guarantee they will. That's why I got one, because stuff like that, you know. I don't have any cash on me. Somebody needs a few bucks. And it's like, well, I can use Cash App and send it to them through my bank account, because I did have some money in there. I just didn't have a way to pull it out. So I basically took the money from my bank account, put it in my Cash App, and then took the money from my Cash App and sent it to his. And then basically that's how he got it. And he can either use the Cash App card or cash it out and put it in his bank account. It's $0.25 for instant, but if you wait like 1 to 2 days, it's free. It's only $0.25 for instant, but I don't know. Some people just use the Cash App card itself and don't. I have one too, but I don't think all I have in my Cash App is 3 cents right now. That's all I got in there. It's 3 cents. Yeah. Not much at all. I'll be here in like 45 minutes, so. And I close again tonight. And tomorrow, I just have statistics class. That's it. My Monday morning's done been cut short. Used to it was all day, but 2 of my classes ended on the same day. I basically finished INFS. I couldn't for the life of me figure out the name of that class. I kept calling it computer apps, and I was like, that don't sound right. But it's INFS. It is computer apps like Word and PowerPoint and all that, but I call it INFS. I just couldn't think at the time. But I'm finished with INFS. And then on top of that, I finished math support the same day. So that narrowed me down to just statistics and economics. Well, I got statistics Monday, because I don't have economics on Monday. Remember I told you he cut that only for honors on Monday and Wednesday. And for regular, it's just Wednesdays. And then, as far as, economics goes, I have it on Wednesday along with statistics, but it'll be the last day because I have a test, the final test on Wednesday. And then I'm just literally just statistics until that class ends, like maybe a week later. So I'm slowly like easing off of my classes. It's a little bit different than how my past has been. I've only had one semester before that, but basically I'm like this time I'm like easing off of my classes. Like some of them are like going away, and then I still have others, and then they'll go away, and then my last one will just linger around another week and then go away. Then I'll be officially on summer break, but I still work, so whatever shifts I'll be working will be work, and home will be my main focus then. I'll just be at work. a little bit more. Maybe, I don't know. They could just work me the same shifts and I'll just have that whole week off. And then, if that was the case and that's how they worked me, what I could do is, I wouldn't even have to change my schedule for college because, well, both of those days are outside of that schedule, So if they leave it like it is, then I can just keep doing what I'm doing every weekend, and my schedule would shift for college in the fall. But what I'm already working is still not interfering with college, because the 2 days I'm at college is Tuesday and Thursday, and I work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, like 1 to close. So that's actually pretty good. And also that would help if we go on a trip in the future. All I'd have to take off is 1 day. Literally. Just 1 day. I take off 1 day, the rest of the time I'm off. I mean, how easy is that? 1 day. Just one. I'd even have Thursday covered. The extra day. I'd literally just take off 1 day. If that's the schedule I work. Take off 1 day and then be back by Friday and then work my usual. It'd be so easy. Just to take off 1 day. Literally, next time we go on a trip, if my schedule's like this still, all I have to do is take off that Sunday. Well, now Saturday I don't really know. I'm not thinking about that Saturday. I'm not so sure because, well, if I did work Saturday, probably when I got home from closing, I wouldn't go to bed. I'd probably go on and take a shower and get ready to go. Like I did that one night. I'd get home. I'd be tired, but I know what's coming the next day. So I'd be willing to stay up for sure. And then I'd get home from closing. I'd probably be up all night packing. Like that time we spent just sitting in there waiting. And then I would probably try to come out here, wait, and stuff like that. But an update on the summer trip, I don't think that's going to happen. But don't get your hopes down just yet. You may have to wait a little bit longer. But there have been some discussions about a fall trip, possibly, like a winter trip, or not a fall, a winter trip. Like when Christmas is going on, there's been discussion of us going on one. Sure, it hasn't escalated yet. Okay, now I make it sound like it's like a problem, like DoorDash. We're gonna escalate the situation, but you know what I mean. It hasn't come to a point where it's official yet, but there's been talk about it, about us possibly going to Tunica in the winter months after I finish next semester, because I get another college refund, and then we save on top of that. Yeah. And then Mom will probably be off our wound vac, so then she can walk around again and stuff like that. So yeah, there's been talk about a possible winter trip. And if this winter trip happens and my schedule's still the same as it is now, it'll be very easy to slip out of. Now, I'm not so sure if I'm going to have to take Saturday off. Hey, how you doing? What the hell? I didn't know that was him mowing the grass. That's literally Buddy mowing the grass. That's the landlord's husband. I didn't know that was him mowing the grass. Man, I didn't realize that. He does a lot of the stuff like cleaning up and stuff around here, and a lot of the maintenance on the trailers and stuff. I mean, sure, like when it comes to like building stuff, he has a couple of helpers, but he's like the main one to do it. He's mowing the grass. Well, that's good. You don't got to hire nobody. It'll save you some money. As you hire people, they charge you per the. But if you do it yourself, then well, it's on your own terms and it's on your own gas. But I mean, if you have the means, it's probably cheaper in the long run. You just have to have some extra time to do it. But yeah, there's been talk about us going in the wintertime. Like I said, it's no official game. Granddad likes the idea. We like the idea. But there's no official game yet. Because, well, that's still a whiles away. I would still have another whole semester before then. And I'd get another refund and all that. But basically, there's been talk of one in the fall. I mean, if a summer one does come up and we're like, yeah, we'll go. Oh, great, we go. But that means this time when I go, I'll be 20. Yeah, I think if it's in the wintertime, it's after my next birthday. So we'll be probably having a birthday plan. And my brother's having a graduation in December, hopefully. Wait, in December? Ooh, that's around the time where... Well, if we have it planned, who's to say we couldn't, like, go do his graduation and then, like, a week or two later go on a second trip? Because if we have it planned, we can, like, plan it. Because it's easy to book the rooms as long as they're not full. They don't tend to get too many people down there, so... I mean, sure, there is a lot of people, but... You know what I mean, like... Their motels never get too full. They got, like, a big... You saw the motel, it's, like, huge, so... There's, like... I think at least, like, the clerk said, like, 800 rooms, so... And not to think that... How we do it, there's more than one person in each room. So... You know... And some people might be sleeping together... Or have their own little situation, but... We would see. We'd probably do his graduation. And if we did go the next week, I'd probably have his graduation in preparation. So it'd be preparation/graduation. Oh, that's a catchy title. Preparation/graduation. Oh my God. I love it. That's a good title. That's really a good title. I hope we go, not just because of that title, but I do want to go again. But that would be a nice title. Preparation/my brother's graduation. Oh my God, that is so catchy. Holy shit. If we do that, that is definitely going to be the title. Trip Preparation 2/my brother's graduation. Oh, the 2 throws it off. Ooh. But your boy's got it. Second trip preparation/my brother's graduation. Don't. Huh? Oh. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a good title. Second trip preparation/my brother's graduation. Remember the last title was trip preparation and a lot of good stories, because I had a bunch of stories I told on on my career and stuff and YouTube, and you know how my life has been and how it's changed when I started. But other than that, second trip preparation / my brother's graduation. But then probably after the trip, there'll probably be another blizzard episode if we get another snowstorm, because around that time's when we get our snow. After around that time, depends on when we go. If we go around December, well, the middle of the month is going to be around the time my brother's graduation happens. I'm just hoping it doesn't interfere with work. Because last time we went, it was on a Saturday, and I had to work. Wait, it was on a Saturday. Wait a minute. That would be perfect. Oh my goodness, why haven't I thought of it sooner? It's just Granddad would have to be up for it. So basically, Saturday we go to the graduation, and Sunday we go on a trip. But then that means that the graduation would be in my trip video. It'd be like the trip, it'd be like my brother's graduation / the second trip. Oh, and then it couldn't be trip preparation, second trip preparation / my brother's graduation. Damn. But then if I didn't, then I would have to take an extra day off of work. Ooh, that's going to be a hard one. Last time it was on a Saturday. That don't mean this time it will be. And that doesn't even mean we're going. I could be exaggerating this, and we don't go. Of course, that's what I said last time when we did, but just because it happened the first time doesn't mean it will the second. We'll see, though. This is no official news. It's close, but it's no, like, it's not been discussed exactly. If we did go in December, if I figure out that we're going in December, I'll start another countdown until December, like the month of December. And then if like we get closer and I figure out what day we're going, I'll get a better detailed countdown. But until, oh yeah, I can't wait till the time when I'm like, countdown time. But, oh wait, what the? Hey. I'll be right back, guys. Wow. Yeah, he does a lot. There's another guy over there. He's fitting to pull the painting off of that woman's trailer. And she's just out there talking to everybody like I am. It's her turn. It's her turn. I just start ripping.
Huh? Where your gloves at? I don't need no gloves.
I like recording this being torn off. Like, you know how people record those time lapses and stuff?
Scary, bud.
Aw. Is that a new dog you got?
No, it's my sister's dog.
It's tiny. It's like a cat. Like a kitten.
I think we got one. $1,000 deposit for $370 a week for the rent, utilities, phone, water's included. So it'll be $1370 to move in. Here's the bathroom. Thank you. Yeah, you're about 300 seconds short. So what?
No, I haven't got that far.
I think somebody called and trying to like get a place here or something. But he's talking about down deposit and stuff. Okay, so I've got some footage of me at work doing some stuff. Well, first, anything in the bathroom talking to you guys. So I recorded my coworker. He recorded me on camera, but he staring at me. Which I can't put it on YouTube because it's illegal. But I've got my way around that. If I can, the next time I have it scam, I'm gonna get it on my phone. You can't stop me there. I've recorded in the store before. I'll see. In the next one, I got it ordered. Here's a clip of me taking 2 orders now. Enjoy. We're gonna get started for you. Mushroom and Swiss? You want the combo? What size? What for the drink? No, I'm sorry, we don't. We're good. Alright, let me know when you're ready for looking at the menu. No problem. Oh, hell no. Just a sandwich? You said no tomato? What else? The kids meal? 1 second. Okay, so that's a kids 2-piece? What for the drink? Let me check. We got apple juice. What else? $24.99. Come on. Look at that shit. Good night. We're gonna get started for you. So, you said the Superstar combo? What size? Sorry, what was that? What for the drink? Cherry Coke, what else? $13.05. Not as bad. Now the montage is sweeping front lawn and back lawn. Enjoy. Here's a montage of me sweeping the front lawn. Now the back line. See you in the next one. Peace. Are you wondering what comes next? Well, me pouring drink caps in the front of it in the drive-thru and a little surprise at the end. Wait, we'll see. Montage me pouring drink caps and drive through. No fucking way! Oh, still blessed. How bad is that? Pretty bad, and I caught it on camera. Yes, I did! And I got that shit too. I was just recording myself closing up, but I got that shit. People always comment they want to know how I do it. I mean, I can't tell big stuff, but what did someone drink for us to have? Oh, yeah. What did you do? Oh, yeah. Did I at least end my clip? How did we do today? I did the fry station, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that footage. I'm in the freezer now, cooling off. That's what some of the stuff I do with closing, so hope you enjoyed it. French fries, curly fries, hash browns, sausage, hamburger. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Hamburger, Big Mac Whopper. These are the very doors that started the trip. Maybe if I go out them. These are the very doors. One of these doors went down this way. And then one to the trip. Trip happened when I walked out these doors. A mere months ago now? About 2 months ago now? Yeah, it's already been 2 months since we went. Consideration of a winner a little bit. I don't know. Those are the very doors. If we do go on another one, they'll have a different intro. It's going to be cool. Yeah, the intro was a really fun thing. Make it better this time. Starting with the episode. Walking out. Walking out of this classroom. This one right here. This took economics again. That was it, man. That's it right there, by the way. But, fuck. 25. I was walking out of here. Things for out of here. Look for that door right there. And that's for me out. And 2 days away. But seriously, 2 more times. That was going on. Yeah, I got it for you. Gas time again. This time I'm not walking though. I was walking down that way. Let me take a good look. That's the way I was walking the other day. I was like over there, right at that church right there when the neighbor picked me up. But we all talked about it, and it seems like everybody does seem, as of right now, seem down to go, possibly around Christmas time, on a second trip. I'll be that. We still gotta save, and I get another smaller refund between now and then, or supposed to. But we'll see. But possibly after the fall semester, maybe look to another trip. I'll finally get to use this thumbnail. Oh yeah, I hope you like that montage when I stepped out the door. I tried to make a cool montage if I got to. I don't know. I'm gonna try. As of right now, I haven't done it yet, but I'm gonna try to. But if I did, I hope you enjoyed it. It was like a little time machine montage or something. Like I step out of the door and it like brings back memories of right before we left the first trip. But the possibility of the second trip is growing. It's slow, but it's growing. It's definitely slower than the last one though. It's seeming around Christmas, but if we go around Christmas, we'll probably get a plan together and dates before then, so I can take the time off of work. Now, do we have any official plans? No. Is it looking good? I mean, right now the hype's pretty high, but I mean, we're kind of about where the last one started. Like about, not quite yet, but we're almost there. The last one started. So we hyped up the trip. But no official notice yet. But today I'm going to, the granddad will be going away on his own if he wants something big. Well, he might give us some, and we might put that back for the second trip with all of it. But anyway, about done there. Alright, well, I'm going to go on and end the video here. It's been a long video. I've showed you some of the ways I close. I've walked to work twice almost, and a bunch of other things, but it's time I wrap it up here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.